day 2 of the PLP Championship League Season 1. We had an exciting day yesterday, lots of action, lots to talk about, but kind of let's go over what we're doing here. So a little over 8 weeks ago, we started with 32 invited teams from North America, but today, after 128 regular season matches, 18 of the most committed, hardworking teams in North America, of course, are going to be battling it out this weekend, day 2, walking away, or they're working toward the goal of winning this season. Man, I just all over my words. I got you. All right, there's going to be 3 winners. All courtesy of Guerrilla Gaming. They are sponsoring this with an $800 sponsorship, which is amazing. PLP staff have been over the moon about that. Team or the winner is going to walk away with $300 and then, or $500. I'm sorry, and then 2 to second place and 1 to third. I keep wanting to say 3. I'm sure second place would want that, but you know, it is what it is. But yesterday, so let's get back. We had a lot of action yesterday. We actually played one more map than was intended, but that's all right. It was practice round. And at the end of it all, we really had some clear indicators of some teams that were kind of pulling ahead and some others that were actually coming up from behind. So today I've got Von Chang and Mr. X Flip with us today. He's here.
What's going on? Yes, I'm finally here.
So let's talk stats, guys. Let's talk about what we saw yesterday.
What we saw yesterday, we saw a lot of things. We saw a lot of teams frag out. I mean, if we look at the kills and placement of some of these teams, Section 187, Flip, I mean, just well-balanced, getting the placement, getting the kills.
And the consistency. I think that's huge in any kind of tournament like this, is you want to be consistent. There's not 128 games to play with here. We're at the end now. It's do or die, and they're doing it. They're doing it. Top of the leaderboards there, and like you said, very balanced, consistent between placement and kill points.
Mm-hmm. Some of the other teams we saw, we were talking yesterday, was a Cinderella story with Celestials, the team that came in through the wild card TDM tournament, beating out one of the top seed teams down there for playoff berth, and then to actually get a chicken dinner in the second match, Sandhawk. That's
huge, man. You know they had to be so stoked. I would have loved to have been on the voice chat and heard them freaking out. That is nice.
I actually had the opportunity to interview the team over there. The whole squad came in on the call.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
The IGL, the manager, they were excited.
Oh, that's so awesome.
And it's really neat because Celestial's a really, really new team. The IGL's had a lot of experience in the game, and so he was telling me how difficult it's been to micromanage, and he actually went out early in that match, which allowed him to get his squad in the right position in that hard shift we saw. That Vikendi
Vikendi was not invited, but they tried to show up. That hard water shift in Sandhawk.
You know, a lot of these squads will send their IGL to scout because he is the most expendable. Some could say he's actually able to do a better job from the grave, yeah.
From the box.
Yeah, because he can cycle between all 3 cameras and then direct his team the way he needs to. So shout out to him, doing a good job there.
Yeah, and I mean, even with them, and they had the good placement with the win, but they fragged out as well. It would be nice to see them. You know, they're right there in the middle of the pack. For them to be at the top, we need to see a little bit more consistency out of them. I'm rooting for them.
And that's the beauty. I mean, no one's really counted out yet. It's one day. I mean, you can have 2 crazy, amazing days and move right up that leaderboard. It just takes for some of these top guys to go out early and some of these bottom guys to start performing. You know, frag out. You got nothing to lose, right?
Yeah.
Only can gain when you're at the bottom of the leaderboard.
One of the teams who do, I mean, the top 3 teams are max split as well. Kind of upset that they weren't able. They had 2 opportunities for that chicken dinner. I think that Sandhawk match, that Miramar match yesterday, just getting great kills, but not being able to clutch that chicken dinner. And I know that they are one as well as ruthless.
Well, you know, Max Split probably went back into the drawing board after yesterday, talked about, you know, where they maybe missed opportunities. And I look for them to come out and make up for some of those mistakes from yesterday today.
For sure. They're one of those teams that have a lot of high tier competitive experience, and to see them showcase it here and to give these other teams the opportunity to play against it was really neat. So, Fake Step Bros, a great team, consistent as well. If we look back throughout the matches, I think 3 out of the 4 matches within the top 5.
They were in the top 5.
So,
yes.
I mean, in the displacement, I mean, Miramar getting Hacienda blessed with the airdrops, like.
You couldn't ask for that. I mean, you could pray all day to the PUBG gods, and it might not happen. That was insane coming down. That whole ending right there of Miramar map was crazy. And actually, Celestials was hanging out in that zone too, right there on the edge.
I mean, if you can see continued consistency from Fake Step Bros, they got nowhere to go but up from there. We'll have to see. Top 5 is very interesting. It's very close.
And one of the teams I do want to point out, Outcast, right? Outcast was one of those teams that were in the regular season. Coming week 6, we saw that they were in a positional battle where the top 2 teams in each division were being invited automatically to the finals. The bottom 2 were being pushed to that TDM bracket we're talking about. Mm-hmm. They battled it out neck and neck with Execution for that spot and got it. And we saw them show up game 1 with that DBS and to clutch that win. Solos.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't tell you how many tournaments I've seen where after day 1 you have a team way in the lead, but you look at it at the end of the tournament and the results have completely changed. So no one's out of this. You can't just say Section 187 is just going to run through this tournament, because I don't believe that to be true.
Yeah.
I think we're all going to be shocked. Some teams are going to step up in the clutch, especially as we get closer to the end here.
Yeah, I actually, through the interviews and team interviews today, a lot of teams are talking about Section 187 and doing the scouting. They're saying, watch out, we know your weaknesses, and a couple of them called them out, so we'll see what happens.
Well, it's interesting because a lot of these teams, I'm sure, if not all of them, went back, watched the tapes, studied the rotations of the teams, where they like to drop, where they like to rotate. So, I mean, you get a lot of people with new plans today and new strategies, so...
I do want to highlight again, God Sent there in the middle of the pack. They come into the playoff picture at the very bottom because they qualified through the TDM bracket, but one of the teams that have a lot of experience. And watching the VOD from yesterday with Jag, we've seen him throughout the regular season. When it comes to end zone, if they lose end zone, like they don't get the zone, they met off. But he does this thing where he just gets this last stand, and every single time he knocks somebody with a sniper rifle shot from 100 meters out.
Oh my goodness!
And it's like, what is it, and what does that do for your team? And he said that the culture of squeezing out every single point, when you're in the mindset of making sure that you're maximizing the opportunities like that, that's what happens. And he great showing. Hopefully they can do better today.
Welcome to esports, man. He's got the right frame of mind.
Well,
I mean,
it's a good example of when you realize, okay, I might not make this to the end. You know, there does come a realization that stuff might not be going out. But that mindset right there is, what can I do? Okay, I might not be able to get to here, but what can I do to squeeze out a few more points out of the situation? So I think that's a really good positive mindset to have going into any of this. Never, ever give up.
Definitely. The rest of the teams, we like to see them pop up. We saw Bloodlust come up at the last match, that crazy river thing.
I cannot. That end zone, again, I've seen more crazy end zones just yesterday than I've seen in a long time. You know, we thought it was going to go bridge, and then it ended up being water, and then it's just a hill with 3 little pebbles, and nobody had anything to hide on. Oh, it was insane. And they did. They came in and they owned. They brought that vehicle in. You know, they weren't panicking. Even when one went down, you know, they weren't panicking. They were rezzing. They were taking their time, really analyzing the situation, and I think they played very well.
Yeah. And we saw Outcast, too, because we said that Outcast, we look at the stats from regular season. They were one of those teams that just come out of the gate swinging. We saw that last night with that chicken dinner on the first match, but then they died off. But on that last match, when we go back to Erangel, Wadi or Avia going into the water on that buggy, getting those 2 frags at the end, and getting the most out of those points. Again, great job. Hopefully we see it again, and that's the difference. Those plays are what makes the difference, and those points, every single one counts.
Absolutely. You know, before today's show, I consulted with my Winsanity pillow here today, and Winsanity pillow seems to think Max Split's going to make some moves up the leaderboard today, and look forward to them maybe finish out on maybe towards the top second, maybe even first, who knows. But When Sanity Pillow picks Max Split, do well tonight.
When Sandy Pillow.
Yeah.
What does Bella Pillow pick? Is it whispering anything to you?
Is that the Bella Pillow?
This is the Bella Pillow. Bella Pillow thinks that, I don't know, I think Bloodlust is going to turn up again, honestly. I really think that that kind of lit a fire, and I would like to see them move up a few ranks. What do you think? Yep, concurrence.
For me, the teams I'm looking forward, I mean, we see Fake Step Bros. I had a few meetings with them prior to this, and just to see their homework that they've done. They've shown me screenshots of maps, and
Wow.
they've done their homework on where these teams drop, and they know like how many times they dropped here and this. Like, guys, like if you're out in that lobby, they have your number. They know exactly where you are, and so we'll see if they can actually continue to perform, because they did perform yesterday.
You know, and that's where it gets interesting. Like you said, all these teams know everyone's drops locations, and they know the score. So if I know Section 187 is going to be dropping in a certain location, and I'm in second place, you know, I got a real tough decision, you know. I could grab a gun and go hide and maybe try to get my points back. It's a risk reward, you know. So well, interesting to see if we do see contested drops off the plane path.
I do know that a lot of teams, they said that they're working toward the placement more so, being a little bit more passive yesterday. A lot of them, I want to say more than 80% of the lobby, we should see a little bit more aggressive pushes today. So for those teams that really need to make a pivotal move, today is going to be the day, whether tomorrow is going to be easier for them or it's going to be really hard uphill climb.
I would look to see some of these teams more at the bottom with that kind of mind frame, trying to push the envelope a little bit. You know, instead of avoiding fights, maybe taking fights that they normally wouldn't take. Day two, if you're sitting at the bottom there, you do need to start making moves. Middle of the pack, they'll probably look at what they did yesterday and try to continue that effort. You know, I think going into, you know, tomorrow is when the middle of the pack would look to make some drastic moves, you know?
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and go through the teams just so that everybody at home knows who is playing in the PLP Finals. Starting with the number 20 slot, Godsent there, coming in last. Again, strong day for day one. The Jag, the IGL for the team, just consistent. And a couple of those players playing together for over 2 years together. Just, you see it.
That's impressive.
You
know what your teammates are going to do. You can anticipate, you know, their movements, their thought process, and everything that goes into how they play. So having that time together under their belt should be advantageous.
And that's the thing with like the older teams and the younger teams. A lot of the younger teams, when you say what's the issue, like, oh, it's the communications. We're not communicating. With the ones that are older, they've communicated enough. They already know what the other person's thinking next to them without even saying anything.
Absolutely.
And so when something happens, you already know you can trust that person's going to react the way they need to react. And that's a team that can do it. And so we're excited to see what they can do today. We also have Celestials again. I want to say the Cinderella story here. Again, with the chicken winner.
Oh.
Chicken winner.
See? It's
Chicken
cursed.
chinner.
We're cursed.
Oh my God, the bug. The chicken winner dinner.
Actually.
It was written wrong. I wrote it.
Chicken dinner winner, right? Isn't that what it is?
I think, yeah. I don't know why I'm trying to turn it around, but I am.
But they did get one yesterday. Again, they did the placement. They got the kills. Again, a lot of fire, a lot of excitement coming from that camp. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love a good underdog story.
Yeah.
Me too.
In the 16th slot, we have Death Angels. We saw them out. We actually saw them in the top 5 last match actually show up in a wrangle.
Yep.
And so they had the frags. They played underneath that bridge. Got that kill on Avea, the last member for Outcast, clutching that third place.
That might have been, I believe that was that Mango? It might have been Mango with that shot, I believe.
Or Mango, one of the two.
Yeah, one of them.
And so
Mango
Mango, again,
Mango.
they had top fragger in that team as well. So hopefully we get to see a little bit of spark from them as well today. Bound for Glory, another team, total points-wise, clapping cheeks. We actually talked to them today. One of the things they're working on as far as how well they did yesterday is listed somewhere in the chat. It's actually in Discord, but I'm going to pull it up right here because why not? We were talking about it. team production interviews.
Absolutely. Well, while we're waiting on that, while he looks that up, because I know his Discord is crazy busy, let's make sure to give a big shout out to Galaxy Hound. They are the maker of all this amazing, amazing merch. Look right there, other side. And there's also dog balls. There's a ton of things. So make sure that you go to galaxyhound.com, and anything that you're purchasing for the PLP goes to help support the organization. It helps them be able to put on, productions like this. And let me tell you, I don't know if you can tell from that side of the joint, but it is amazing. They have put in blood, sweat, and tears. So make sure to use code PLP and then all caps Bella, one word, and that'll get you 20% off of everything right now.
Right now.
Right now.
I mean, I'm rocking one of the hoodies. She's got one of the shirts on. Very high quality stuff, really, and you gotta love the message. Peace,
love and PUBG.
Back to Bound for Glory.
All right, you found it.
One of the things, they know that they're one of the newer teams, and they want to show that they belong. And so what I asked today, what can we expect? They said that today they're going to make a statement on why they belong in this lobby. So I'm really excited for
that. Sounds like they're going to be dropping it like it's hot.
Nobody dropped Pachiki, so we're going to see
getting
first
contested
right?
today.
If it's just them and Pachiki, that's not what they're looking for. Look for military hot drops.
They do. They did yesterday with Fix Set Rose Military Base. It is one of the stops. GG Bloodlust again. Actually, second place in the division coming in. They started really hot, but they rested on their laurels. But they still were able to get into the playoffs here. We saw a little bit of spark last night.
I really think I think they got a taste of it. You know what I mean? They got a taste of it. They want it. They know they came in hot. They know they've kind of cooled down a little bit. And I think by the end of it, they were getting their groove. They found what they were looking for. They really were playing smart, strategizing. So I'm looking for a good showing today by them.
Fan those coals and light that fire back up, right?
Absolutely.
One thing I'm noticing while we scroll through these slides is every team seems to have their map, their map that they just do very well on, and it seems to be different for all of them. So I'd like to see if they keep that consistency up with their map, or if when this day goes out. So this looks like they play very strong on Sandhawk here with 42 points for kills on that map. That seems to be one of their strongest maps. So we'll see if they can keep that up.
One of the teams also that do really well on certain maps right here, Erangel and Miramar for DN1, just most of their total points coming from match 1, match 3.
Wow.
Would be nice, especially in Sandhawk, it's their weak point. Would like to see them do a little bit better, but they get enough kills. It's just a placement.
Right.
I mean, for Sandhawk, what does the team need to do to perform other than make sure?
Learn to snake.
Sandhawk's a tricky map for competitive play, just for the fact that most of these teams are used to driving in rotations. Sandhawk, the cars are terrible. It is just not. There's rocks everywhere. There's hills. It's not the best map to drive on. So it becomes a problem trying to rotate into zone on foot a lot of times, or in these crappy cars. So Sandhawk does tend to be a lot of teams' worst map. And
I will say this, because of that, if you know where your teams drop or your opponents drop, you can almost guarantee you already know their rotations out of that.
Right.
So if anybody's hunting today, it's going to be or Sandhawk. And I mean,
these teams have enough data on each other, 128 regular season games, and now into the finals. There's plenty of data on every team.
Yeah.
If you really want to do your homework, you can figure out. You're right. If you're gonna drop here and rotate in military, whatever, you know it. Mm-hmm. So
one of the teams that we pointed out yesterday, and you were just talking about strong maps. Vixens here with almost 50% of their points coming from Miramar.
Wow.
We like to see, they won their division. We didn't quite get to shout their name. We did see a little bit of early confrontation with the High Rollers Club there in Erangel. Yep. I think we had an issue with Jenna actually disconnected, and that's the reason why they lost that match, that game 1. But that is a team that I think has a lot of upside. Just to point out, Care there, the Fraggers.
76.
76.
That's insane.
Within the top 10, I think, of the league.
Vixen's OP. Look at that score, though. 188 points for for one map.
Miramar.
It's one of the highest I've seen. Those ladies were fragging out.
Well, and you know what's interesting is yesterday Miramar wasn't even played like the way we were all, you know what I mean? There was not really a lot of sniping going on. The ending was insane, and there was a lot. It's funny. It started at Hacienda, and then it finished in Hacienda, which was interesting. But I'm curious to see if it rolls out the same way today, or if we see more sniping going on. We didn't really see anything until the last map of the night. We're like, woo, snipes!
Yeah. I mean, we saw that with Section 187.
Yes.
Pig just hitting those, letting his team just go up, and he was just lining them down. Oh, there's the guy, boom, and just clearing the way, and they ton of frags in the last game there. In 11th, we have Zoo Clan. Again, great start, hot starts on Erangel and Sandhawk. They taper off toward the end, but they're most chicken dinners in the league in Miramar as well. So it goes to show that even though you don't get the chicken dinners like in Sandhawk, they never got one, but their placement point, the total points, they have the most points in Sandhawk.
Yep.
With over 25% of their points come from it.
And yeah, you're bound to see teams that are strong on individual maps like this. They're going to have to learn how to gain some extra points on some of their weaker maps, especially since Erangel is going to be played twice. That is definitely one of the maps that everyone knows Erangel. I mean, we all started off on Erangel, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah. We were actually joking about, it'd be really cool content is if we sat here and we put our hands around each other and one person has to tell the person how to play it, but knowing what you're seeing because you already know Erangel that well.
Because you know it, absolutely.
That'd be one of the maps you could do it on. In 10th place, in slot 10, Ruthless, again, a team that's really upset that they've done so well with their frags yesterday, but didn't finish strong on placement. So they're coming after number 1 spot today, for sure.
Absolutely. They had two weaker showings on the last 2 maps there, but proved that they can, finish strong with the first 2. So maybe they can meet somewhere, in the middle or come out a little stronger today to make up some lost points.
Yeah, well, the crazy thing, even on these stats, right, the worst map was Miramar. They won a chicken dinner on Miramar. So
that's because Vixens killed everyone. Everyone's worst map was Miramar. 188 points.
Night Raid, one of the sleeper teams there. We saw a mishap in Miramar with the flip. And then that rotation, I think game 1, trying to come in, they got taken out by Outcast, who ended up winning that. So they were trying to come in that same compound. They tried to make some plays. Let's see. Hopefully today we can see the plays actually work out for them.
Yeah, I'm really rooting for them to put something together today.
High Rollers Club we saw really strong. I think even the Sandhawk map, Toxic getting there, taking out Max Split, getting that 2nd place finish. Actually, I think Toxic might be leading the finals in frags. So I can't confirm or deny that, but I think he's right up there. I think we'll see the stats tonight over the overall stats. But that is an exciting team. They came in late, and again, we were talking about that yesterday about how 81 kills within 6 weeks.
Yes.
They didn't even play all the games, and still 81 points. That's
a lot of kills in a short amount of time.
We've got about a minute before we're going to get this started, so let's go through the remaining teams, check them out real quick, and then we will be turning it over to Salty and Venus.
Sure. We have All In the number 7 slot. We do have Outcast, again, the exciting team we're looking at in slot 6.
Oh, all right. All right. That's okay.
And that's all the teams.
That's not all the teams. Oh, there you go. A little bit of lag there. We have Unknown Soldiers in slot 4. Just for Fun in slot, Fake Step Bros in slot 5. Just for Fun in slot 4. Unknown Soldiers in slot 3. Max Split in slot 2. And again, our leaders right now in slot 1.
187. Yes.
All right, well, that's going to do it for the team lineups today. We're going to be handing it over to Salty and Venus, who are going to be casting these games today. Take it away, guys.
I think that Bell, I appreciate that. Thank you. It is just me right now. I'm not sure where Venus is at. Some things happening. No, it's all right. We're gonna roll with it here, though. We got a lot of teams ready to go here. I think it's gonna be an interesting match on which way they rotate, which way they go, depending on the flight path here. Looks like we're looking at section 187 here. Just looking around here with his fancy golden outfit. I think it's gonna be. Yeah, we got it. We got a west, southeast, or I'm sorry, yeah, we have a top east to south, or no, wow, it's going that way. You can see it. I'm sorry. Wow, I'm all over the place. No, here we go. All right, I'm good. It lagged on me here. Looks like we got a few teams off there. Looks like Night Raid and a few teams are spreading out at the end or beginning of the flight path here. It's gonna be interesting to see how they spread out, if they're going to loot split and go that way. We'll see what's going on here. I don't know who's going to drop hot, who's going to take the main cities here. Yeah, you can see the zone shifted far to the west there, so. Yeah, they actually, I see a few of the teams actually, they're in the same area, like Zoo and Team 9 there, what is all in. They landed around the same area, same godsend too. They seem to be right around, they must feel safe there because they can control the area. The way they loot there. GG Bloodlust. Yeah, they're right there. They're gonna pitch down. I agree. Crates was an amazing place to drop hot. It was always fun. So many places to get around there. It looks like Goat there is taking some damage. I'm not sure who was shooting on him there. It was probably most likely Nubis. Is that Nubis? No, I'm sorry. Nebula. Wow, I can't read. I'm sorry. Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see which teams will push in and be aggressive on these small compounds, or even as the zone pushes towards that way, if it shifts towards the water, if they're gonna take a far side or if they're gonna push straight into the center. We've seen some teams rotate up, back down, and across right to the west yesterday, and it's just interesting to see which tactics they take here.
toward the zone. GG Bloodlust again, bound for glory in the crates. It looks like bound for glory is actually kind of gatekeeping. I don't know what you want to call it, whether they're cock holding.
Oh, we got shots out there
freaking,
between
loot.
Bloodlust
But
and Bound for Glory.
they literally cannot progress and get any loot from South Georgia Pool. They're stuck having to turn around and look toward, ruins or something, unless they can get this knock here.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see which way. Bound for Glory and them are just exchanging shots over here, back and forth in the crates areas as they loot. Just being careful, kind of just camping it out right now, trying to spot each other. Nobody in the area, so they don't have to worry about third parties right
now. Ooh, 2 of the players down from Section 187.
Oh,
And was the one that the kill leader on that team, the one that fragged out in game 4 with 12 kills, and he gets taken out right away. And that for the lobby is quite exciting.
We've got one member left here, though. Who's still standing there.
Ooh,
Finish.
We have a knock. I think I saw Bound for Glory getting one of those knocks there on GG Bloodlust, but they do get the res.
Yeah, they got the res. They went right. They were quick there because they're staying together there in crates. They're not spreading out too far.
Yeah, that's going to prevent them from actually full sending, which is nice. There's enough cover in there. If you can keep each other up. The tough part for them again is they're only got so much loot, so they're going to be resource locked here in a minute. If they have to keep on medding, if they have to keep on shooting, if they can't rotate out, I don't know if they have cars. They got to do something because they can't just sit here all day.
Yeah, you got GG Nebula just chilling up there in the guard tower, just trying to keep out. It's a good tactic there to split the warehouse sides there at least, so they can keep an eye on which way the teams are going to push out. Let's see if we got anybody else action top there. Everyone's kind of rotating around. Everyone is in vehicles right now on the outskirts of the zone, except for team 14, which is Vixens. Looks like they're just up there kind of looting outside of Zarky area there and in between George Pool. They've got DN1 Gaming there kind of moving the way. Looks like they might be scouting there, but where's the rest of their team?
Yeah, again, that was that Vixen squad that really didn't have any place to go. It looks like they made their way into North George, again, trying to get some type of loot. And they're being held out across the road there. DN1 Gaming, all eyes, and looks Yeezy across the street.
Yeah, he's pushing up on that tree right there, trying to get a view on Classic. He's got to be careful of Kitty up there on top of the hill there near the rock, though. But Kitty's got to watch out for Aiden way up on the top of the hill. So it's going to be some interesting plays and action if they all start shooting at the same time.
Those off angles are crazy. They have everything. It looks like we saw Kitty down low, Yeezy down low.
Oh, and Kitty was just knocked and taken down by Yeezy. Are they going to push in here?
It looks like Classic knocked Yeezy there. And so she's bleeding out. Gio trying to come in here to get a res. Ooh. Jenna just there, ready.
Yeah. Push right in on that. Being aggressive now, you have to on these games if you want those points, especially if you're being, approached by someone.
And these early confrontations really, really set the tone for how this game is going to go for these teams that are kind of on the lower of the.
More shots back up here at George Pool.
Mm-hmm. We have a lot of action happening in Georgia Pool right now. As Jenna gets 2 knocks here. Will Thurston, I think she's going to pick up Classic, but what I'm saying is for them.
Fox a lot just got taken down as well.
Yeah, being that low on the totem pole or the rankings right now.
GG Nebula just got knocked. Angela V. Vixens got just taken down.
Yeah, it looks like Yuki's the last one up.
It looks like fake stepbrother just sitting pretty down there in Primo with no one around him. They're like, this is nice weather. Bound for glory, fighting it out here. And a God sent Tarktic taking shots there. I think he finished them out. Or did he just get the knock? See, team is Zoo here running in. No, it is back up there. It is Bound for Glory. Same again. It's like we're watching Zuko here. At least I am. We got Team 17. Yeah, okay. So they are rotating over there. Looks like Nebula is knocked. Looks like GG Yuki is in trouble if they push all into that warehouse at once. But she has Team 10, which is High Rollers Club on the backside there, just waiting to push in as well. She's kind of pinched there.
We get this third party, right?
And Jenna just took down Wiggles on the other side there.
It looks like...
Oh, and they're pushing in, and Yuki got taken down by Dret the Goat. More shots out here. This is Team Death. This is Death Angels, right? Yeah, that's Land Death Angels there. I'm sorry, not Land Death. Death Angels is the name of the team. Land is the title.
High Rollers Club pushing up on that third party with the Bound for Glory there in the Georgia Pool crates. They do get 2 knocked. They get 1 in exchange. Talking about North Georgia Pool, just to catch everything up, the Vixens eliminating everybody but Aiden from DN1, and the Celestials pushing in and third partying that. So 2 third parties going on right now, 2 of the battles of those teams. It's crazy, Salty.
Yeah, Bound for Glory, he just ended up getting finished out there. We got Gingerbread taking down of Flames there. More shots out here. Looks like they're actually just sticking up here in crates as everyone kind of shifts up to the top. Everyone's rotating up that way, which is definitely interesting. A lot of teams are rotating up that way. It's slow pattern. They're kind of spread out. Zoo's kind of just chilling there, maintaining zone. Got Vixen still up there trying to fight it out, but they got Celestial pushing in from the zone as well, so they're going to have to be careful and watch out for that.
Yeah, just talking about what the downside, what happened with GG Bloodlust and the Bound for Glory is, I feel like they were probably in that confrontation too long. Again, they got looted. They sat there. They're exchanging knocks, just going through their resources, and just spending that much time staring at each other. High Rollers Club just come in right behind and just take them out while they're just busy. And
they're easy points for them, just to come in and third party that. Right, everyone's kind of rotating around still. We got Team Max Split here rotating around the area where Team Zoo is. I don't know if they're just checking out compounds or trying to rotate to another one. So we got Night Raid as well in the vehicles, kind of rotating the far west side of the map. No one over there by them, so they kind of have the advantage to rotate up if they need to. The zone shifts hard.
I will point out that Celestials push on a split. They have 2 players left in North George, 2 pushing South George, and the Vixens right between them. We see Solo getting knocked out there, bleeding out, begging for a res, begging for a knock, something, rather than this slow dimming of the screen that happens as you bleed out.
Yes, it gets so cold. It's all right. It happens. We're looking over here with the Ruthless King looking in, but he's got Outcast behind him there. He's going to have to watch out Section 187 as well, but I'm pretty sure he knows where they are because he's scouting that area hard. We got Celestial coming across the bridge now to back up their teammate, looks like.
They decided to come back, I see.
They did.
They might be able to get Solo. They're actually distracted. They might be able to get this res, and if they get this res, that's going to be a 4v2.
I think they're going to push in. They're going to get the res, I think, if they're Vixens here are pushing in on that building, though. We'll see if they catch up here. Oh, and one is not there. Jenna is knocked. That's not a good situation for Classic here. Now they got the whole team on them. possibility is they could push in hard there, and they probably will. And Classic just took down Nathan there.
Oh, and they definitely need that. They were literally 1v1 away from getting taken out.
Yeah,
And now
I
they
mean,
have a little bit of a breathing room. If they can get this res and this heal off for Jenna and even the playing field 3v2.
yeah, she's going to have to rush that doorway and do exactly what she's doing right now with that knock. And she pushed in. She did get it, and she went prone, and she got both of them.
Drop shot.
Oh, look at this. She's waiting for one more person to come up, and she saw him. He's right there, so she pushes right in.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, 2 knocks, just trying to push it out. Not enough time to heal or full reload there.
The crazy thing, Salty, is the solo was a player that was bleeding out by the wall, the original knock when this happened. So by Vixens allowing them to get that res, they allowed the player to actually come back and kick them in the butt. But leaving money on the table right there, not finishing off your kills, not confirming that when you push that solo. Just you hate to see
Celestial losing a player, but they gained the points back in the other kills that they ended up gaining when they pushed back to help.
Mm-hmm. But teamwork. I mean,
everyone's kind of moving around here. It looks like
they pushed that in, and they came back and picked up the fallen member, and they got the res, and now they're able to go further into the game with 3 members, not 4, but 3, and you rather have 3 than 2, so. Let's see how well they did. 14 teams left.
Yeah. Zone shifted hard to the west again. Edge of the zone on the water side there. We got Night Raid sitting pretty. They didn't have to go anywhere.
Yeah, I remember Zone 1 from yesterday wasn't Gatka Fields. This isn't quite yet committed to Gatka Fields. This is just south of Hospital. But again, it's a bunch of fields and a few hills. So it's going to be really difficult for these teams. They have to get some positioning now so that they don't have to make rotations and crazy rotations late in the game, which can be really dangerous for these teams that are setting up right now.
Team Ruthless here throwing nades out right now towards the building, pushing in on Section 187X there. Just trying to fight off this whole squad here.
And that's that remaining member, and like I said, unfortunately for Section 187, they'd have a little target on their back. So if someone gets a little sniff of where they're at, it looks like
and right
sending
there,
a full squad into one is the way to go.
Yeah, they were just like, let's just throw grenades. Let's not fight this. Let's not get knocked. Smart plays there. Ginger zone, red zone over by Team Night Raid, just shining out where they're at. Always fun to know. We got Celestials here. Looks like they're rotating down on that side as well. We got Unknown Soldiers passing by George Pool there. Also got Team 18 Death Angels just sitting up on the hill. Oh, and we got Nox over here by Ruthless. Taking down Fake. Verbo is knocked as well. Fake Step Brothers there. Pushing in on a Ruthless. This is Fake Sleek and Fake Push. Fake Smokey there on the hill. And Fake Push just took down King. Fake Storm just took down Ruthless Verbo. Ruthless Platty just got taken down by Fake Push. And it ends right there on the hill.
And you hate to see it, Salty. That is the team that was in the top 3, really aggressive, make that push on Section 187, and get taken out in 13th. Again, great with the kills yesterday. Not the best with placement.
Unknown Soldiers fighting
right there,
out
game
here
1,
now.
Day 2, not the best, brother. But again, it goes to show the fields that the zone is going to. They pushed in. They're right in the middle, but everybody has views on it. And so we had shots coming from Just for Fun. Shots
and
from
All In Lumi is knocked, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Just for Fun over here fighting with the Fake Step Brothers there, getting shots there, but they have... Oh, no, now Fake Step Brothers are fighting Godsend, sending shots over that way.
It's a tough place to hold for Fake Step Brothers. Again, it's a wide open field. They got a little high ground, but everybody has sights on them.
On that. Yeah, it's such a tight little area there with the 4 compounds that you can see each other. You can hear the shots. Looks like Outcast Esports there is being patient, not firing any shots, just sitting there. We got Team 18, which is Death Angels there, sitting up on the mountain there, just checking things out. They got the drops right in front of them. Fake
That's a
Step
great
Brothers
place to be. I mean,
exchanging
they're
shots.
able to see what's going on below. So as this zone is about to shift, as it does, they have enough intel. They don't have enough intel now that hard shifts down to the southwest, but they know that they need to go now, and they're in the cars. They're moving. Oh, a handful of the people in the lobby are actually
Oh yeah, it's a hard
to
shift. We got
prioritize the zone.
just for fun, just popping off shots at anybody that's driving by right now. You can see they're just holding it down as people drive by, trying to do damage there. Yeah, God Sent is pushing towards the bottom side, as well as Zoo and Max Split here, with as well as Outcast Esports there moving in as well on that side there. It's going to be interesting to see who runs into each other, who's going to try to take these small compounds, and who's going to push in aggressive here. A lot of teams left, not a lot of area.
Not a lot of compounds in this zone, Salty. So you got to grab them now if you're going to get them. And it looks like Fake Step Bros have a really decent compound here in the middle of the zone. They were looking in really good position to farm some kills as these teams are trying to shop for places to be.
Yeah, it's interesting. Unknown Soldiers are kind of split out here. They got one of their teammates up there near Just for Fun. And Unknown Soldier JP47 just knocked and finished Just for Fun hacks. Shots out there. They're stuck right there, and Unknown Soldier is sitting right there in the middle, and they probably just didn't even know it and ran right up on him. It's gonna happen here with the open field areas. Just for Fun and them kind of rotating out. I think Celestials are just kind of hanging out there.
Yeah, we have a handful of teams out toward that northwest area. If the zone doesn't shift that way toward them, they're going to have to face each other going in. And it's one of the things that they're going to know where each other are. So it's the first team to actually make and prioritize zone is going to be in the better position to turn around and shoot back at you. So we'll see what happens with the Night Raid, High Rollers Club, and Celestials as we see Fake Step Bros get a knock and kill feed there.
Yeah, Celestial Solo is knocked right now. They're going to have to press over there. So is Taiga? Is it Taiga? Taiga?
And Wiggles, they went ahead and prioritized zone. There wasn't a lot of places to go. He's the last member. He's getting spun out. The wheel just got popped off. There's no way he's going to his buddies. He's got to dive in this bush and just hide for a second.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time where I've seen someone actually hide in a bush and two teams walk right past them. It does happen.
Celestial Idad?
It does happen. Oh, who is down here? Someone's knocked it down. Jerry just took down and finished. Oh, or they just bled out there and finished out. I'm sorry.
Interesting to see here Godsend and Death Angels just outside of Quarry here.
Yeah, one of their members is knocked, and that's what I was watching there to see if they could get around to the Rev or if Godsend would be aggressive.
Yeah, I think because
they're
Brownie with the
right now,
it's not something they want to push up.
Patron.
It's something with they were full squad they
Max
would.
Split Patron is knocked over there. Not a lot of sniper shots. I'm getting excited when I see them. Sorry.
You're all good, Salty. It looks like Trey and company are going to prioritize this zone. They tried. And then again, that's discipline. You get the knock. You give yourself an opportunity to make something of it. If nothing comes from it, you got to make the play toward the zone because the later you wait, those teams are getting in position. And Outcast right there and getting position in the zone. Godsend's going to have to make a play past them. Fake Step Bros already there too. So it's really congested for them, and they have to make something happen. We're about to see them right now.
Yeah, you never know what's happening with the shifts. It's definitely been all over the place, but I think they've been decent. It makes it interesting for each play.
Yeah, Kale got
advantage to just everybody, every zone.
Yeah, Kale got Arctic on rotation there. Like I said, they were in perfect position to get that kill, and that's when you prioritize zone, you put yourself in a position to farm those kills for those teams that are waiting late. You never know who's already in a fight that can't disengage quite yet, and that's exactly what happened with Godsend there. And, you know, Outcast is probably in a decent position if...
Oh, more shots out. Godsend is getting tagged. Oh, and Godsend was taken out right there. Finished there. Zoo J-Boy just got taken out as well.
And here comes that full send late from Death Angels.
It's going to come in hot there. Oh, no, and they're getting taken down there. The zone's going to be rough, too. Zone Whiplash got taken down by the zone.
I will say the timing on that, they gave themselves an opportunity with Death Angels here, right? They got in their cars, they waited long enough for that zone to declare itself, and they stop right here in zone, and they're fighting against Fake Step Bros.
Storm just took down Angel, Cripple there. Death Angels. Fake Storm just took down Crip. Latin Hooded just took down Fake Storm. Fake Storm just took down Latin Banga. Fake Push just took down Latin Huda.
That's going to be Death Angels going out in ninth place.
Angels,
yes. Down to 8 teams, Salty.
It's going to get heated here. Is Outcast going to push in here? It's going to be interesting to see how they do this. Are they going to rotate around the building, just throw grenades in, or are they just going to push in straight as a team and let one person get knocked, possibly? He's just full send it. They are full sending it right in there. Sarge said charge, and he rushed right in.
And that aggressive push from Outcast puts them in a really great position, Salty, to farm these kills. They have high ground in this end game, and they can see everybody out in that field, and they're just going to start popping shots, taking out these knocked players, and racking up these kills. We're going to see it right here firsthand.
Oh, yeah, you thought Sandhawk was snaking to make it. No, we're right here. We're snaking it to make it. Yeah, he's going to have the advantage to see everybody. He was taking shots over there at Night Raid there. Now Night Raid's getting shot on by High Rollers. Unknown Soldiers shooting towards Outcast Brownie. We've got Max Split there shooting towards Outcast and taking out Night Raid there as well, as they were stuck in the zone, so they're kind of gatekeeping as well. Hard shift on the zone. We got Gingerbread knocked up at the top there as well as Light.
Yeah, we see these smokes coming out here from High Rollers Club. They're making a stand. They're trying to stabilize themselves so they can take inventory to make a play on top of this hill. They have a couple players just straggling around. Down to 4 teams, 10 players left. You got to get your guys back up, ready for this push, because they didn't get zone, and they got to move toward Outcast there. Outcast getting blessed.
Yeah, you got Max Split there just popping off shots. I don't think they're shooting towards anybody, but they're not quite sure where they are, and Outcast is just going to push over there towards that hill knoll so they can see where they're at. They see the smokes out now, so they're going to keep their attention over there. We got Just for Fun Jerry over there hanging on, snaking it to make it, throwing out smokes, trying to get over there. We got... who is behind him right there? That is High Rollers, and they're in a vehicle. One of them is going to rotate in, but Outcast is going to send shots towards that vehicle.
Yeah, it looks like he's anchoring in. Again, trying to stabilize, giving him place for his teammates to jump in. You're going to see him rotate right here, right on top of him, and now they're going to make a push.
Oh, we got Outcast throwing grenades out, looks like, and some smokes and a couple mollies there.
Yeah, one knocks Toxic there with that molly, and I'm guessing for Max, but they're waiting for the right time to come up and pounce on this.
Yeah, they're just waiting to make their move. It's kind of a smart play there, so you're not being attacked. If you could split the squad between you and someone else, then, you know, that's your time to push, especially if they're preoccupied there and they don't realize you're pushing up in the compound like they're doing right now.
Ooh, Sarge is way out there, gets caught out, Salty.
Oh, and MS Gassy taken down there. Piddles is taken down as well. Oh, it's coming down to this. Jerry taken down as well. What's going on here?
I'm interested. Does he have a DBS?
Does he? The shotgun action, that gun, the last 2 shots on that gun are so fast. Like, people don't
He does not have the DBS, but I believe it's a 4v3 here. Last 2 teams, High Roller Clubs and Outcast. Who's it going to be, Salty?
You know, at this time, I don't know. You can't call it because I've seen duos come back and just pull a whole squad through, so it just depends on how they push. They need to start picking teammates away, like one at a time if they can. And there's a knock right there. There's one. Can they push in to get the second one? They did get the second one there, but one
he takes a 2v1. He wins it.
Oh. Brownie running in there, finishing it off. Shots out here, and there you have it. GG's to all the teams. Man, Outcast coming in. I think it's super impressive.
Yeah, Outcast with that winner chicken dinner salty. Again, that positioning, the timing on that rotation. Again, once it declared itself and shifted to the south, Big Step Rose were there. We had a push from Death Angels, Godsend as well. And just because of that chaos, the timing, again, Outcast was there and they saw those teams rotating. And so once they crashed in and it declared itself down the south, they said, you know what, let's go in, take that compound. And that gave them the best positioning to be able to get those kills on the out. And, you know, like when you have high ground like that, that's your game to lose. And they did not let it slip from their hands, and they walk away with that chicken dinner 2 days in a row. Chicken dinner's game 1. Great job, Outcast.
Yeah, absolutely. There, 14 kills there to finish that one out. You know, they even pushed in. They had to push in for that compound. They had to fight for it against fake stepbrothers. You know, so a few of the compounds there that they went to and they rotated to. So they've been very aggressive the way they pushed in on teams, and you know, they played smart and kept moving. You know, didn't leave themselves exposed out in the open like some of the teams, you know, had to because of the way the zone shifted. But good plays. All right,
great
send it
action
back to
for
you
game
guys
1.
here.
Yeah, appreciate you, Salty.
Absolutely, man. What a match, right? What an insane. Isn't this reminiscent of like what started yesterday? I mean, there's no DPS involved. But Outcast out on top again, game 1. How, you know, that's what we were looking at yesterday. There's a lot of interesting things. You know, one of the things you mentioned there at the end was, I think it was it Max Split? Yeah, showing patience. Yes. I thought that was really interesting because you get a lot of, you know, adrenaline's running, you're getting to the end, things are kind of going crazy, and it was really nice and refreshing to see a team like really just waiting, watching to make their move, you know, to see what was going to go on. So what do you guys? Let's hear some thoughts.
I think Outcast's win there boiled down to a great call out by the IGL to take that hill where the house is and just own it. And it ended up being the best spot. It gave them a little bit of high ground. People had to come up the hill towards them. They got the zone. They were able to defend it. And they pulled the trigger at the right time on high rollers. One of the players, 2v1 with the first guy he went 1v1 with, left him at 5 HP, and he was able to get another knock with 5 HP.
With that buggy explosion, too, right in his face,
That's actually what did all the damage.
Wow.
That's actually what did all the damage.
So, great job. Yeah, I think timing really comes in handy with those rotations. I mean, again, they were able to see those teams drive right by them. They got the kill on Godsend on that rotation. Yep. And seeing that fall and crumble, I've seen Brown. We saw it in day 1 make that OP rotation, that call it like, let's take this compound, and they get it. And the timing, yeah, it could have went either way with Max Split too. You know, when all that chaos is going down, if you jump out at the right time and you take those shots, you could be the one that comes on top. But unfortunately for Max Split, they didn't make it. Unfortunately for Just for Fun and High Rollers Club as well. But great job getting in there, having all 4 players up.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
huge.
I mean, Jerry for Just for Fun. I mean, what a soldier he was. Yeah. Last one standing there. He had 1 HP. He was able to get the heal off. I think did they end up in 3rd? He was able to get, I think, 1 more position place from his moves of staying alive there. They had a tough time rotating in. They got caught out by high rollers on the edge of the zone, but Jerry was able to survive and I think get him to 3rd place. Yeah. So. And
great for them too, because we didn't see much of them yesterday. They were a little struggling, and so game 1, 3rd place.
Absolutely.
It's not just for fun anymore.
it's just for money, or
this is when it gets serious.
Well, I know we were talking about, you know, before this match started, how teams, you know, we're going to need to see, are they going to come out fighting? Are they going to be more passive this go around, or are they not? So obviously, some teams they woke up and chose violence today. Yeah. They chose to come out.
Well, we did have Section 187 run into issues
top
right
player
from the beginning.
One of their top players went out early.
They were split looting. I think 2 of them were caught. I think they were in a 2-2 split, and 2 of them got caught out, got rolled up on by Ruthless.
Ruthless, yeah. Well, it goes to show you that homework, right? Because so that's one of those things. We see Section 187 split loot Gatka, and those teams that are aware enough to say, hey,
and
you know,
Ruthless
let's grab
just goes cruising around Gatka.
Just Ruthless.
Just taking a tour, you know, seeing what we see. But you're exactly right. That is where your homework comes into play. Now, we'll never know if it was just luck or if it was actually let's go cruise Gaka and look for half of the team. But
well, looking at the live scores right here, Outcast in first, 14 kills with that winner chicken dinner. Again, that's gotta feel good.
Yeah, especially again, repeat of yesterday. You know, and I'm sure today they're gonna want to just keep that momentum going and not lose any of that.
I'm sorry, I jumped right to the bottom of the leaderboard, and seeing section 187 there is really weird for me.
Well, that's the thing
it's
is
tripping me out.
The thing was yesterday with Outcast in section 187, Outcast did get the chicken dinner, but section 187 outfragged them and then had more scores, so they technically won that. Here we go, Outcast getting the chicken dinner and the win. So great job, 29 points. Their High Rollers Club, 20 points for them, just for fun. Making a push, babies.
Like
13.
Said they were going to.
Now, Fake Step Brothers is a team that I really was, I want to say rooting for. I mean, they were on an absolute tear at the beginning of this match. They were just running through teams and then just ran into a wall.
They had the positioning, right?
Yeah.
But they just, you only have so many guns. So when you have two teams full crash you like that,
Yeah, they were out by the hospital in a field. They were in a defilade. They had great position there, but the zone unfortunately switched away from them. They had to rotate in, but when they were there, they were just shooting at everybody and anybody because they all had to drive past that to get into the new zone. I actually thought Fake Step Brothers, they were on the right idea. You know, they were fragging out.
Yeah.
They just, ran into a mistake, and hopefully they'll make up for it in this next one.
They were actually the ones that took out Ruthless, too. So,
That's literally when I started. I was like, man, they're on a tear today.
Let's take a look at the kill zone brought to you by Patreon. Top 3 teams in the lobby in Erangel. Outcast, 14 kills. Fake Step Bros, 9. And High Rollers Club with 8 kills.
Yeah, this goes back to what I was saying. High Rollers and Outcast got a majority of their kills in the final zone, whereas Fake Step Brothers got all their kills before the final zone. So, and then players, we got. Can you read that for me?
Sure.
I am blind.
Hey, we have Fake Push with 5 kills, Sarge with 5 kills, and Aveo again with 5 kills. It's great to see those teams, Fake and Outcast, in the kill feed, in the kill zone too. So
Absolutely. Outcast can really pop off, man, when they want to.
And of course the standings after game 1. After game 1, but the whole weekend combined right here looking at it, section 187 still in the lead, 76 points. Ruthless in second place with 65. Max Split 63, tied with Fake Step Bros. But Max Split again having the more kills, breaking that tiebreaker. But 2 teams right there in third place. That's tight. High Rollers Club, Outcast trying to come up for that. Celestial still in the battle. I like that. GG Bloodless right there behind too. So anybody's match after game 1.
Outcast getting their second winner. Do you want to take that one for me, Bella?
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, thank you. Outcast getting the second one of those of these finals, and it's some of these earlier games coming back to haunt them. They have 2 winner chicken dinners, and here they are sitting in 6th place. And it comes down to their placement points. Sometimes it really works for them, and they frag out and get the win. And sometimes they go a little too early, a little before their time. So maybe they can find a good balance here and try to stay alive, make it to the final zone. They can start climbing up that leaderboard. I also knew Section 187 wasn't going to be out of first place. I knew that, but they needed to get hit. Like, they've been running around, just running through the lobby. They needed to be checked a little bit.
They needed to be humbled.
Yeah, there you go. And so look for them to actually come back strong on this one. That's how you can define a great team. It's about how you come back from a loss or a mistake or whatever. So
Definitely. And one of the things we do see from them, again, is if they are able to get together in phase 1 and not get picked off and hunted, then they definitely move as a unit. They definitely prioritize zone. They definitely do that together. And, they might not be fully aggressive, but when it comes to end game and they have all 4 up, they're ready to play. And so
now the next map is going to be Sandhawk, correct?
it sure is.
Absolutely.
It's going to be tough to make any predictions with this map because this is really one of those maps. Anything can happen. It just depends on where you land and where the zone goes. So there's definitely going to be some luck involved. But there are definitely some teams that are going to want to make up some ground here.
Absolutely. Sorry, I was watching you.
Might be trying to get in the game right now, but it's making me go into the training grounds.
I was like, is that starting? I thought that was the game starting.
No.
Oh,
It
man.
says I need to work on my tactics or something. I need to go to the training grounds.
So Max Split and Fake Step Bros are actually tied at the moment, and that's basically a tie for third place. And just between third or fourth and third, there's actually I'm blind, but it's fourth because third place is tied. So 63 to 76 points is all that separates the top 4 teams there. So definitely a battle for the top of the leaderboard. The next highest one's going to be High Rollers, but they're 46. It's about 19. Math is not mine. It's about 18, right? 18. 18 points. Not insurmountable, but they're definitely going to need some of these top teams to go out early and make up some difference.
Absolutely. And it's like we saw, there are some teams that are really, it'd be interesting to take a look at the teams that are, traditionally really good on Sandhawk and see if that's something that they can hold on to. Again, I feel like it's one of those toss-up maps. It really is like it can really go your way or it can really not.
Well, because this map is separated into 3 sections, it really makes the IGL's decisions of where to go on the rotation very tough on them, because you can decide to stay on one of the islands and it shift off to the other, and now you're left with either swimming or crossing a bridge, and most teams will just camp on the coast and just wait for a team that has to cross over. So it becomes very tricky. I'd love to see a zone that makes IGLs make a decision between the 3 islands, and then it shift away, of course. that's what I want.
Well, I think the tough thing is like the teams that we see teams that like the prioritize that intersection right there outside of boot camp, and so they make a play whether they go north, south, east, west, really wide open. But those hard shifts really throw things in out of whack. The teams that do jump north, if it goes north, they're going to be blessed. They don't have to do much. But the teams that are down south that have to make that trek, that's where when they go through and they have to run through the rest of the lobby, that becomes an issue. So the amount of time that these teams have to prepare and know their rotations out from where they do drop is really going to make or break it. And for the rest of the opposition is how do they get there? And
absolutely.
put yourself in
I'm
that
actually curious to see if anyone decides to take vehicles and, do it. I have seen it done, absolutely. It's just you have to know the map. You can't just go driving around straight from point A to point B. You have to take detours and take the path of least resistance, because it doesn't take much to blow those cars up, and these guys or these people in the lobby know how to shoot.
Yeah.
All right, well, we are getting ready to get started with our next maps over here on Sandhawk. Fingers crossed we don't have a water zone like we did yesterday. That'll be kind of interesting. And just wanted to make sure to give a shout out to Galaxy Hound for helping us out with the merch. Go to galaxyhound.com. And if you use hashtag PLP _ and then all caps Bella, one word, that'll get you 20% off all of your merch right now. Looks like we're going to get started with this here pretty soon. So, Salty, why don't you go ahead and take it away? Me neither. All right. Well, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. No worries. So we'll actually just keep going.
Yeah, hey, also, while you guys are at it, right, if you are in the Twitch chat right now, okay, if you guys do !GG, you're going to get a link to the Guerrilla Gaming Discord. And you're going to want to join that Discord because they do so many crazy and awesome events for the community. They support us streamers, the community just amazingly. And so if you guys could do us a favor, go show the love at GG for the love that they show us here at PLP. It would be really great. So
no, I know the owner of Guerrilla Gaming is really amazing individual. The PUBG mobile community is lucky to have him as a part of the
Yeah.
community because this man has the kindest heart and he just wants to make the community better.
Yeah.
So he is really good dude, and I was definitely happy to be a part of this just because it had his name on it.
Yeah, we wouldn't have this without Guerrilla Gaming. I mean, it's sad to see we saw Guerrilla leave the mobile industry, and then the ask to come back and the trust. So like
we begged. We may have begged.
We begged, and we're grateful. We are definitely grateful for the support. We wouldn't be here without you. So thank you.
You're the man.
Make sure you guys join the server. !GG in chat. Do the thing. Great events. Like I said, they got a Karakin event coming out. $750 has been teased for one event. That's when we're doing 8 weeks. $800. You can go do it. Do yourself a favor. Get involved.
That's impressive. Also, make sure to go to peacelovepubg.com. That'll actually get you all the Discord information about this organization and how things run there. It'll also keep you up to date on when Season 2 signups are going to start. If you missed out on this one, no worries. There's another one coming, so you'll have every opportunity to get signed up for that.
Now, Salty.
Nope. We are still talking, actually.
Yes, sir. What's up? What's up?
There we go. There's
I heard him.
Yeah, what's up, sir?
We're going to be handing it over to you to get this match started.
All right, we got this. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll get loaded in here. It's going to be interesting on this last one. Everyone's going to start getting more and more aggressive onto this match here. A few of these teams. Oh, is there only a few here who have missing members? Is this what's happening here? Let's see what we got for the full squads here. Is everyone rolling with full teams here? All right, we're all right here. We'll be ready to go. And we'll drop in another 23 seconds till we get going here. It'll be interesting to see. We're looking at Section 187 Hitman here. He's got his pan in hand. He's ready to go. Be interesting to see which way the flight path ends up on the Sandhawk. Not that it really matters, but if it goes really low, it kind of leaves you to the bottom of the map or to the top. And people get pinched. It definitely sucks being stuck and not getting enough loot and having to face another squad here.
UK time, and it might be the middle of the morning, wee hours for her. So you got me again, buddy. It looks like this flight path is right over the medium and small island, putting that large island just a little bit out of reach on that eastern coast. So it's going to be really interesting how these teams adjust to this unique flight path, and also, of course, where the zone goes. We do have the few teams landing in the middle island, a handful of teams going toward the north on the small island. That's one that we don't normally see. Night Raid, DN1, believe that is High Rollers Club, Unknown Soldiers, Max, but again on that split, and Celestials and Camp Alpha as we wait to see where this zone declares. A handful of teams right on top of each other. Good luck staying on top of it, Salty.
Oh, yeah, we got to definitely do this here. It'll be fun. Like, people will fly out there, but most likely most teams like to get in there, get loot, and move. They don't like to float it out. Or
do you see boot camp right now with the 3 squads?
I do. They're right there. We got Ruthless. We've got Just for Fun. We've got OC sitting there as well. Outcast Esports there. Oh, we've got Chili knocked by Ruthless King. Taken out right there. Finished. The rest of the team will have to push in there. This isn't too bad in boot camp. This is pretty smooth. This is going to be it's going to be boot camp. They're going to camp for a little bit here.
Yeah, and looks like the Kindi zone is back. A hard shift to the east. Oh, totally away from the flight path. And half of the zone is in the water, Salty. This is going to be really interesting for these teams. Some of these teams that did stay toward the west coast really have to prioritize this rotation now if they want to have an opportunity to be in really good position later on.
Yeah, the way the zones are going, I could see it going hard shift to the top, back to the water near the bridge, just a little bit like it ended yesterday in one of them matches. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. We've got OC, is it Kale there, knocked in near there. Brownie just took down, just for fun, light shots out there. Ruthless pushing in pre-fire there. Looks like he's running around, trying to get vantage point there.
Mm-hmm. And we have also a little bit of scuffle happening in Painan. One of the players, I believe, Whiplash from All In, getting knocked from Death Angels.
Yeah, that was a definite quick knock there. We'll see if they get the revive there. It looks like we got a few teams there, kind of split looting, but you kind of have to when you're in the outskirts in random spots on Sandhawk. It's small compounds there. So I think we're going to see a lot of split looting and then meeting back up in certain areas unless they're pushing a town. A few teams there just locked down on certain teams. Vixens got Sami down there locked down. We got Bound for Glory at Tambang. We have Latin there, which is Death Angels sitting at Painan, like you said. God Sent kind of sitting over there towards Quarry area. Possibly going to gatekeep that bridge if anybody tries to. Actually, both bridges they could gatekeep if they're in that area.
I'm watching this Ruthless squad in boot camp. They're moving like a well-trained unit as they're clearing building after building, looking for just for Hun. And it's really interesting to see. If anybody has issues playing boot camp, these guys are showing how it's done, how to clear buildings, how to clear your corners, and how to do it together. Because the last thing you want to do is just to go in by yourself, get knocked and thirsted immediately without any support. And they're doing it together, and it's amazing. King's sitting back here doing a little bit of Overwatch as the other three push up. But it looks like they might actually pull out.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's smart too. Push back there, go a little bit farther there, and then if you have to, you have the advantage behind you kind of as you move in.
Can I also make a note that really doesn't mean much other than the fact that Ruthless is
just
matching
GG Bloodlust Luna.
their gear. They're wearing the skeleton outfits. I feel like I'm in Karate Kid right now.
No mercy. Let's go.
Sweep the leg.
All right, Ginger Zone coming in at boot camp. Of course, it always does. It picks a spot every time. Everyone just kind of looting there. Ruthless, same thing. They're just looting, kind of keeping the outside area there. Unknown soldiers in the compound above them, kind of split between Paradise, Hatin, and Tatmok. And we've got DN1 and Gaming there holding down Hatin.
If you look at GG Bloodlust, Salty, they are on this mound right outside of Bon. Pretty good positioning if they stay there, but if they push, I don't know if pushing up is the best idea, because most of this lobby is going to be coming to them soon enough. You just have to be patient. Keep the high ground. Keep the positioning. Let them come to you. You don't have to go to them in Sandhawk.
We got Nightshades getting pinched here on the bridge right now with a squad on both sides here.
Ooh.
Looks like they're gonna. I'm not sure how they're gonna play this one. Shots are in there, and a grenade just finished them off there. They were pinched. Nothing they could do. The zone would have pushed them anyway. So.
Oh, it looks like Fake Step Bros as well, knocked and bleeding out as well. 3 of their players down, pushed, only one left for them. The Celestials is that other team on the other side of that bridge there. So
yeah, Celestials, they're taking shots. They're not even going to mess with it. They're going to send shots there. If they can blow up vehicles or stop them from getting the zone quicker, they're going to do it. I don't blame them, but they got to watch out for high rollers, which is right near them as well, inside the zone, but near that compound as well. So they're kind of pinched if they try to push either way right now.
Mm-hmm. And here we go. If you look at toward the center zone, we have section 187, Max Split, Ruthless, GG Bloodlust, all converging on this hilltop. It's about to be a little bloody up here.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how people use the foliage and the rocks and everything to rotate if they need to. Bloodlust has the advantage right now with the hill if they can maintain visual on both sides of the teams there. If they split that hill on them and they get around, then it's most likely they're section 187 is going to just push it, and take them down there.
5 teams now in that section of the map. It's going to be really tight. Godson coming around the south as well. All in converging. We have 6. I can't even count right now. It's all the 7, 8, 9 teams come right here in the center. It's gonna be really tight.
They're getting real close. Section, yeah. With Max Split is in the area as well.
Salty, if you look at the map, Night Raid snuck 2 players in the zone toward Mungai. They must have took a boat. Night Raid still has a berth.
I did catch that. I was just gonna pause on that afterward. I did see that they did sneak up there. I thought it was a smart tactic that they split there. Oh, and Volatile just took down Geo. Finished up there. That was DN1 in gaming. They're fighting unknown soldiers there on the zone as they push it. Celestials are going to have to push across a bridge there, but they're going to run into High Rollers Club as well.
Yeah,
everyone's kind of getting real tight here.
The zone kind of helps them out by staying toward the boot camp side, so they don't have to hard shift again, because that would be a nightmare, especially if it went back toward the water. So it's good to see the zone kind of center up over the land. But if you look against that mass right there in the middle of the map, we have just the rest of the lobby. Just arm's length away. We know how tight this map is. They are literally right on top of each other.
Yeah, I've seen this before. You get teams and they're very patient. I've seen them sit compounds where they're in the same compound, sitting in buildings right with each other. All in, Illumi just got knocked right there. In the center, they're near Quarry area. It might have been a Godsend, or it might have been a Vixens pushing in. I'm not sure who got the shots. It could have been Outcast as well. Someone got the shot in the angle there.
I don't know if I've ever seen this, Salty. 18 teams still live. 62 players still up. We're getting ready to go into Phase 3. This is crazy, brother.
Wait for the hard shift all the way to the south.
Please, no. That's what I'm thinking
still
here.
Knocked into. They haven't got the revive yet. I'm not sure why. God sent to Azuki?
Azuki, yes. We see Ruthless get knocked here.
Section 187N just got knocked as well, and PIG as well. Vixen Kitty got taken down, and Whiplash got taken down by Vixen Angela. Vixen Classic just took down Whiplash. Pre-Fire Ruthless just took down someone as well.
Yeah, he confirmed that kill on Pig, and that's the crazy thing. He said, you know what? I'm not letting you get picked up, buddy. Goodbye.
Yeah, you can't give everybody a chance for that, Rev. And loss of points, if you don't take that chance and they die out and you don't get those kills, that's a point loss.
End does get picked up, though, so End is that frag leader for that team. So let's see if that losing Pig hurts them or not, or if they can still go on as 3-man here with all these teams just shooting on top of each other.
Hard zone shift creeping in here. We're going to see where this is going to go. It's going to be interesting. Everyone's being very patient here. It looks like we've got Celestials pushing in on High Rollers, but they've got DN1 Gaming right behind them in the zone still. It's no fires yet. Everyone's just being very patient. They don't want to give away position, or they're trying to, seek and peek over here.
Oh, it kind of centers up, Salty. So these teams that are just like outside of that center bubble are going to have to push through a lot of people. Really nice thing to point out, we have Fake Sleek, Fake Step Brothers going in a vehicle all the way around the map. If they get to that coastline, they're going to be really, really good if they can avoid all this mess right here on the left side of the zone.
Yeah, you can see him rotating hard. I hope he has heals there. Night Raid's sitting nice up there as well. They could rotate into the top without really seeing anybody maybe sneak on the side of behind. But they got to watch out for Team Zoo there.
Yeah, I just feel bad for GG Bloodless because they were on that hilltop by Bond. They're having to go back. They're missing out on these players and these teams that are knocking each other. If they were already there, they might be in advantage positions to be able to get some thirst and confirm other people's kills and stealing them.
Toxic. Shots out. Yeah, we're just going to see a lot of shots going on and a lot of things. Players getting picked off unless the teams stay together and shift in hard. Volatile Unknown Soldier just took down Ruthless Verbo and Ruthless Platty.
And the thing is, that hilltop that they're fighting on right now, that is Unknown Soldier's spot. We've seen them hold down that crest there, and they've played it many a times, and it shows that they're able to take Ruthless out of their, hey, this is my home. Get out.
Yeah, as soon as you become real comfortable with an area and dropping, you know which way to kind of rotate if people push in a certain way, or if a vehicle comes in, you know how to get out of there if you need to.
Ooh, and N takes out Ruthless. And that's just playback for game one.
That was pre-fire. Yeah, everyone's being really paid, man. We got Outcast Media right here next to Godsend, like pretty much shaking hands across the road.
17 teams still alive, Salty. 52 players still breathing in this lobby. This is crazy in Sandhawk, buddy.
Death Angels Mango there, just taken out by a nade on the outskirts there. Still in outside the zone there as it creeps in. Celestial's kind of moving in there, but they're near Vixen, and they're gonna have to be careful there. I don't know if they know they're at that compound. They're kind of pushing in hard in this compound here. That might be our next action, actually.
And I'm watching the High Rollers Club push up against Death Angels here.
Huda.
Yeah. For Death Angels, and doesn't look too well.
No, it doesn't. Oh, no. Yeah, Manga got taken down as well as a Vixen Angela. CS Solo as Celestial. Shots out here in these little compounds. This is what it's gonna come down to. Is little compound fights.
Nathan wipes Vixens with 1 HP left. I mean, that is as close to 1 HP.
Yeah, you can do that. We've got Tazazuki knocked right now over on Godsent. They are fighting Bound for Glory over here. Bound for Glory is kind of spread out around the drop. We got Outcast Esports there moving in towards the other drop there. They're gonna we're gonna take this level 3 gear and take advantage of that. Our fake Step Brothers over here by Lakawi, kind of getting in a vehicle there. Looks like they may rotate in. Let's see if they rotate in hard straight in. We've seen some weird ones there. And Tazuki didn't make it out of there. That was Godsent member.
No, he did it. And Bound for Glory is the one who got that kill. And they were the ones, again, they were at the bottom of the list after day 1. And they wanted to make a statement that we belong here and getting that kill on Suzuki. It's not an easy thing to do, you know. So hats off to them. They're making their statement right now.
Yeah, we got a Just for Fun member knocked. Looks like they're going to get the revive on that one. I think the other team
and the zone hard shifts back to the northwest. Back toward Paradise Resort, back to that intersection, that hilltops still in play. GG Bloodlust, Unknown Soldiers right there. However, Unknown Soldiers split.
US Volatile just took down a GG Bloodlust Julia. Unknown Soldiers there. And we got shots out here with Celestial towards All In Joshi. And Joshi ended up getting taken down there by Celestial as they pushed in. Godsend over here taking damage too. 1 knocked on Godsend, 1 finished out on Team Zoo here. Shots back and forth. It's just going to get, sweatier and sweatier as we get in here. It looks like Max Split there took a compound. We got Section 187 taking a compound here, as well as looks like we got Fake and US Unknown Soldiers here taking the 2 compounds right near each other as well. They're kind of just hanging out together.
Yeah, they're the zone moving. A handful of teams are prepared, but we have a handful of teams outside that are going to be forced to edge it out. And so Section 187 in the center of the zone. We'll see if that's going to be the best place. High Rollers Club pushing up and Just for Fun. Take a look at that, Salty.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Coming in hard here. Godsent, Tarktik taken down there. Godsent. That was him that was taken down there. I'm sorry. Godsent Trey taken down by Zoo J Boy. Unknown Soldier Dark Soul also took someone down. Phoenix knocking someone as well. Solo taking down Brownie. Everyone getting knocked here. Celestials fighting over there. They're looking down on there. And
Zoo comes out on top of Godsend there. Sends him back to the lobby.
Fights everywhere. We got fights over here as well. We got High Rollers Club fighting out Just for Fun as well on the side there. Shots out. Fake Push just taken down out of the match there. Yuki just knocked someone as well. We got Nebula taking down Yeezy. That was DN1 Gaming Yeezy. And
You know, I'm used to the nades. I'm used to the gunshots. I'm not used to hearing the mopeds. And Max Split making that rotation, trying to get to the zone. They're in vehicles. They clean up the high rollers and just for fun mess. They just do everybody a favor there. And the zone does hard shift north, Salty.
Yeah, and looks Bound for Glory's kind of stuck as well. They got 2 knocked members, so it's going to be interesting. I don't know if you're the 2 left, you're just going to push the zone. You know, the zone's going to really hurt here.
You have to prioritize.
Soldiers kind of have an advantage there.
5th zone, it's going to hurt, Salty. So they got to go. There's no picking up anybody. You either med out now or you get the zone.
Yeah, we got Night Raid Phoenix trying to crawl to zone there. He's like, I'll make it.
We have a few full squads left. Celestials, all 4 players still up. Unknown Soldiers, all 4 players up. Max Split, all 4 players up. 17, 18 alive. And
shift
zone goes to Unknown Soldiers across the street. We'll see how Max Split plays this.
Section 187 Hitman just took down Celestial Wiggles. Playzone just took down Celestial Nathan. They got to leave him. They're like, we got to go. Playzone got Celestial solo as well, but he's inside the zone there. If his teammate doesn't see anybody, he can get the revive. And that's no. Whoa. And we've got Peanut Boy down, knocked up at the top there. That is Max Split. Oh, shots out there as well. Hitman just took down GG Nebula, which was Bloodlust GG. Hitman just took down GG Yuki as well. We have 1 member knocked on section 187 there. Is Unknown Soldiers going to push in? They have Volatile right there. We got Celestial fighting Peanut Boy in the vehicle, taking shots on there as they try to rotate in right into the lap.
If they do get taken out by Volatile, they're going to be going on 5th place there for section 187.
2. It's just crazy the way the players are coming out here. We got 10 people alive, 3 teams left. A nade out there as Peanut Boy. Oh, and that whole team got taken out by the zone and a grenade. Wow. 2 teams left, 5 people alive. Will this end with a zone? It did. It ended with a zone finish there.
Crazy match, Salty.
They didn't even have to take a fire at the last team. They're just like, hey, oh, it's over. Right.
Unknown Soldiers first place there. For them, great job. Again, the priority with the zone. Again, coming up to that high rotated area, being able to take Ruthless out. And one of those things is when teams are already stable and stabilized in position, making plays, with Sandhawk, we talk about snakes all the time. Sneaking up on there, clearing the path, and clearing the way so that they can get the teams out of their place. And then so they started weakening the teams ahead of them. So where you had a full squad of Section 187, a full squad of Ruthless, slowly but surely those teams are getting picked apart. And being all 4 up late in the game, and great control of the zone, and they come out on top. Great job, Unknown Soldiers.
Yeah, no, that was definitely good how they did that. A lot of the teams, they rotated in hard, and they're just really slow. They moved, I call it that sloth speed. You see where a lot of teams they know the rotation in, they know not to press hard, because as soon as the area starts getting closer and closer together, you got to be aware. So they kind of just move in slowly there until, you can't not see someone, and then, nades are flying, and you're on top of the hill trying to snake it to make it, and, that's what happens.
Great job.
Yeah, definitely all the teams played very well, but Unknown Soldiers did come out on top on that one. All right, well, back to you guys.
All right, thanks for that, Salty. So what do you guys think? It looks like, I made sure to write it down. It was Outcast, our last winner. They went out by Celestials. We keep hearing these names, Celestials just continuing to make a name for themselves.
Unknown Soldiers.
No, I was talking about Unknown Soldiers 1.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Our
I'm
last
just
winner.
saying that's all I can say right now. Unknown Soldiers. They just ran the table right there at the end. Well, start off with a grenade with onto Max Split. 2 of them had pulled up in a buggy, and perfectly placed grenade took both of them down at the same time. And then Celestials getting caught out in the zone. Zone shifted way away. Right after you said all 4 of them are alive, all 4 of them were in the zone. Like in serious trouble, having to med every few steps. And 1 player made it in. In fact, Solo went down to the zone and then was finished by, I believe, a team up on the hill. But Unknown Soldiers, man, what a finish.
Yeah. Well, their drop right from the get-go, right there outside of High 10, if anybody that drops that small island, it's a great place for them to farm any kills. So dropping there, you can actually see the parachutes in High 10. So knowing that DN1 and the squads there, they got those early kills.
Yeah.
Kind of give them that little bit of boost of confidence to push them into the zone. Maybe make them run a little bit faster, right? But Night Raid, we saw they got split. They were actually the ones on that small island too. 1 went south, or 2 of them went south toward ruins. The other 2 on a boat somehow ended up northeast. And they, in the zone, 2nd place med strat.
And they actually ended up in a great place for the final zone. They had the high ground. It's just Unknown Soldiers were on a tear.
Yeah.
I mean, they were shooting at everybody. I think Night Raid peaked them, and Unknown Soldiers just dropped them immediately. What a finish. A lot of matchups throughout that one. A lot of early engagements. The points were not like what you would expect.
Well,
I'm excited to see the leaderboard.
Well, you say that the early engagements, but we even saw, I think, 3rd phase, all 18 teams still present.
Yeah,
Like,
and there was just entirely too many people alive to get into that next zone, and that's when it all went crazy. And that's when we got section 187 running into Ruthless. Got a little overzealous on their push. Lost a player after. Well, they knocked one of the Ruthless players, and they just immediately pushed. They had one of their players up front scouting, ran into Ruthless. So they did the right move. They backed out, and I actually think they ended up in a better placement than Ruthless. So they got a section 187, backed out of that fight, and ended up. Is this updated?
yeah.
Wow, that is wow. Shout out to PLP behind the scenes. That is very fast added up. And, well, we have the actual scores from the last map. Section 187 actually going out in... Oh, okay.
Okay.
They are in order.
Yeah. By placement.
So it's the kills that's changing it up for me. So Night Raid got 2nd, but they actually ended up in 4th place with total points. That's why I was confused for 2 seconds. So Section 187 ended up in 3rd place by their backing out of that Ruthless fight. That was a great call by Section 187. There was no need to take that fight on the hill, and you end up with 3rd place because of it.
Yeah. And, I mean, even we saw Unknown Soldiers, 1st place, 14 kills. We saw that split from them. And the reason why is because that zone, right before that last zone, it was split. And so you don't know whether it's going to go left or right. And so by playing that split, they were able to play both sides of that zone.
Don't keep all your eggs in one basket,
Yeah.
right?
It's a good option, but
Send an egg everywhere you can. And that was a great call.
Yep. And Celestials, baby, 9
man.
kills, 2nd place. I'm everything.
They heard us pre-show, and they want to give us a show.
Cinderella,
This is what we need to do.
Cinderella. Yeah, Section 187, Night Raid again. Yeah, 4th place. Great job. Still getting a kill point. So that looks great. Max split. Again, on top, just as fun. Great to see some of these teams consistently up there. Zoo, a name, and I know you're going to love to hear this one. GG Bloodlust in 8th place with 6 kills, too.
absolutely, I was super stoked to see that.
And that's that number again. We're going to talk about that 8-point to 6-point bubble. If you want to remain in that place to be able to take a chunk of this and a bite of the lead to compete, you have to average at least 6 to 8 points a match, or you're going to slowly see yourself pull away. And so right there at the threshold at 6 points.
Yeah, it just at some point it becomes mathematically impossible. So some of these teams are going to have to just, it's do or die. Why not go for it?
Yeah.
You know, push the action. I hear you have a guest caster for this next one.
Yeah.
Well, that guest caster needs to get in the room real quick, so I'll be right.
Oh, and top fraggers in the kill zone. Brought to you by Patreon, guys. You can become a supporter of the PLP either by the merch, PLP Bella, 20% off. Great, you look good supporting the PLP. or you can go to Patreon, become a monthly supporter, support all we do, putting on things like this and prize pools and events for you guys. Top 3 teams in Sandhawk: Unknown Soldiers, 14 kills, 9 kills for Celestials, and Section 87 with 8. The top 3 players, Bella, Volatile with 8 frags, End with 5, and Hacks with 4.
All right, let's actually run it back and look at those scores one more time. I think there was some adjusting that might have happened. So let's back that up and...
Back that thing up?
Let's back that up. There we go again.
Girl, it looks good. Won't we back these scores up? There we go. Unknown Soldiers, first place, 29 points. Celestials, 19 total points. Section 187, 14 on Night Raid again. Second place, 13 total points there for them. Max split 10. Just for fun, fragging out, getting those 7 points. They didn't get the placement, but they got the frags, and that really what matters when it comes down to it. Because you might have one bad decision that makes that rotation. You can't win all of them, but if you can get the frags, that's something you can count on, and that's good for them.
It's good for momentum. It's good for the team. It just, you get a kill, it just feels so good. And we have to remember, Sandhawk is one of those maps it's hard to be consistent on. So I did expect to see some all over the place placings here. I think Max Section 187 did a great job though. Universal Soldier. Is it not working?
I don't know. Try it.
Mic check. Yeah, I don't hear myself either. There we go. I like yours better anyway. So up next we got Miramar, which is the biggest map in the game, 8x8. It's literally double the size of Sandhawk. Interesting to see. Hopefully they'll be able to find the scopes they need to take some long-range engagements. I love myself a sniper fight, and Miramar is built perfectly for that. Appreciate every single one of you coming out tonight. It's been a while. I will be casting with Salty the next match. I actually think it's the first time I've ever done a dual cast, besides with you.
Yeah, that was different.
Well, yeah, that was chicken dinners at home.
I heard that. I heard
Yeah.
Salty.
Oh.
So is this the standings after Sandhawk? This is it. Current, as we sit.
As we sit for the weekend.
Wow.
There's been a
Did you
shift.
see what happened there at the top?
There's been a shift.
Oh, he didn't even notice.
I was trying to get the room. What do you mean? Fake Step Bros on top.
That's why I wanted to make
consistency.
sure before we talked about it that I knew what I was looking at.
Wow. And they're up on top by 9 points.
Looks like Max Split has moved up 1, and Ruthless, they've obviously traded positions there, so.
Well, the great thing with Max Split and Ruthless is that they are in firing rate. Literally, the fight for first right now. I mean, that's 10 points.
That's toss-up.
That's 10 points. And these teams, if we look at what they were able to do and what they're doing in these matches, as that they're fragging, that's 10 points is one match.
One match.
One match.
We look at our winners down there, Unknown Soldiers. That bumped them up 5 spots, bringing them into the
You know,
11th position.
I would like to see Unknown Soldiers take that momentum and run it out with the rest of the night. Hopefully this will give us some confidence and maybe be a little bit more aggressive, earn some more points, and maybe it'll domino effect and they'll just run through Miramar.
Well, they do come from one of the toughest divisions, right? So in our divisional play, our regular season play, Unknown Soldiers, Max Split, Godson, they're all in the same division. They actually were leading their division. So they missed yesterday's. So they really have an uphill climb. So they're coming in last place. And what they right now, game 2, Sandhawk, popping up with 5 spots. They're not that far out from first place either. They're still in the bubble.
Absolutely.
So it goes to show that anybody, one game, can change the tide.
I mean, they went up 5 spots after one game, so let's see if they can keep climbing. Celestial with another good finish. Very consistent team. Just
Let's go. I've become a fan. So
you're definitely a Celestial fanboy. You're definitely a Celestial.
Having watched these teams week in, week out for us, like
You can't
start
help
to-
it. You
start
can't help
to-
but start to root. I mean,
Yeah.
even just me coming in for this weekend. Like
Yeah.
I've already got my favorites.
Well, I heard you say Max Split. Well,
And-
Sandy said Max Split. but-
Well, I've casted Max Split on a few occasions, so I came in a little biased. However, some of these other teams have proven themselves worthy of being my favorites. I'm rooting for them secretly. I'll keep it tight to the chest, but you know, Celestial is definitely one of those underdog teams that I would root for 100%, and I am rooting for.
Yeah. And again, I'm just going to go back to the player interviews that we had earlier.
Yes.
Like those teams right there, those top 4, all the teams outside of Section 1 and 7, of course, vying that we're coming for number 1. So we got 2 more matches to do it today. Let's see what happens.
There's still a lot of gameplay to be had, so it's anybody's game at this point. There's still a lot. What does Insanity have to say?
When Sanity
You need
Pillow.
to put your mic. We can't hear him.
Well,
There we
when
go.
Sanity's is rooting for Vixens. When Sanity Pillow is rooting for Vixens. Vixens tend to dominate on Miramar, so I will pick the Vixens. Especially, we forgot to mention how Vixens Classic almost 1v3 the last match.
Yeah.
And shout out to her. That was a heck of a fight. Almost got it. So I'm rooting for Vixens to come in strong here on Miramar.
So I don't know if you guys know, we actually have 2 other guests in addition to Insanity in the house. I don't know if you noticed, but behind me we've got Metalcore, and to the left of him is Goon.
I mean, this is the OP mansion as far as I'm concerned.
So
OP Verbo, guys.
I
The
can't
OP
really
Verbo.
get a microphone over to them to ask their opinions, but what do you guys think that their
Goon's upset we're not playing Metro for one, okay? Goon, like, is this a Metro competition or no?
classics? I don't do this.
You know, I'll have you know this is a one of a kind. There's only 80 of these in
it?
existence, right?
But
Like
wait,
I think in
there's
10
more.
years, if we hold it long enough, in 10 years, Win will offer us like $1 million for it.
Next time you guys see him, get a sign.
Because Win Sanity's gonna be a billionaire by then anyway. He's gonna be bigger than Mr. Beast.
So what are your guys' predictions for this next map? We've got Miramar. I know we always talk about sniping. You know, we're going from one map extreme to the other. We're going from Sandhawk to Miramar, 2 completely different play styles. So knowing what you guys know, what you've seen so far from these teams, what are your guys' predictions for this next map?
For me, Godsend, right? Jag, one of the best snipers I've seen in the game. If he can get a bolt action in his hand, and for them to actually make a stand together, we've seen them go out fairly early on, and they're again one of the strongest teams on paper that we have. So for them to show up tonight in Miramar would be really great for them. I'm excited to see.
Yeah, a lot of these teams you'll see they'll actually run certain guns for different maps. You'll see more of a lot of AR spray for most of the team, but then there's always that one sniper who has the bolt action to get that one shot, 1 kill knock while a team's unsuspecting, and they can really turn the tide of battles. You get a knock or 2 prior to push in, now you're in a 4v2, and Miramar is very exciting for these kind of fights. I love Miramar, not as much playing on it, but I love casting Miramar for sure.
All right. Well, we are getting ready to get this map started. Want to take a second and give a huge shout out. Just heard that we broke over 200 viewers on Twitch.
What?
So everybody that's hanging out on Twitch, mwah, we love you guys. Thank you so much. And exclamation point giveaway. Make sure to type that in the chat. Can't miss it. Don't want to miss it. Do it right now. Trust me. We're going to hand it on over to Mr. X Flip, who is casting this, or is Salty?
Both.
Both. Woo!
The X is silent.
The X is-
Just
Mr.
saying.
Flip.
Yeah, sound. Flip, why don't you go by the play-by-plays because that's what you're used to, and I'll fill in the rest.
Whatever you. I can't see the screen.
You
That's
can't,
on
okay,
stream.
no, that's fine. We can do that. That's fine. That's fine.
So, yeah.
We'll roll with it. You know, that's fine. All right.
I got you.
I just want to make sure it's good for you, man.
All good, buddy. Welcome, man. Yo, you're the first person I've ever done a dual cast with.
I feel special.
Yeah, you should. I've turned down a lot of people.
All right, let's see where the flight path's going to go here. Definitely going to be interesting to see where everyone drops. Who takes the cities there? Who's going to take
looks like-
Hacienda?
Looks like it's going to be a western plane path, running right over El Pozo, Chuma Carrera, Monte Nuevo, Ladarella. I like to
Yeah.
go to prison on this plane path.
I mean, you kind of have to. There's a lot of good loot there, and you kind of can hold yourself down there on that bottom side.
Yeah, you still can get to Los Leones, Picado, Power Ground, San Martin if you want to stretch. La Cabrera.
Ooh, early people out already on this flight path.
Yeah, they're gonna look for a car, or go Los Leones.
I think DN1 Gaming is going to take your idea and kind of take that island over.
Yeah, that's a good call. If you're the only one going there, a lot of loot spaces, a lot of room to spread out and pretty much get all the loot.
It's like we almost have all the teams out towards the bottom here. They're not even going to go to the top of the map.
There we go. Thank you.
Slow and steady here as the sloth path comes in as mirror marks. It's so slow. Section 187 kind of headed over towards Picado area as well as Fake Step Brothers. We got Just for Fun over there with High Rollers Club and Unknown Soldiers in the Los Leones area.
Yeah, Los Leones, the biggest city in the game. 1,000 meters by 1,000 meters. Can easily hold 3 teams.
They can easily hold 3 Krakens. Karakin, I'm sorry. That's what people call it there. All right, let's go. Who's up at the top of the map here?
By Picado.
Yeah, by Picado. Oh, we got Outcast Esports up there, top of the map, in between Hacienda, kind of over there towards Crater Fields, near Team Mizzou.
It looks like Outcast is pretty much floating down slowly, looking for a car, which Brownie has found. So he'll probably go scoop up the rest of the team and get on out of there. We might have something going on here with the beginning of San Martin. We got 2 teams right on top of each other.
Yeah, you can see. I think they're gonna loot it out and then kind of like push around. We'll be there. The 2 colors are amazing. They just happen to be the 2 lightest brown colors that match.
I actually was gonna mention how hard that was to see.
But
I'm sorry. They're definitely aware that each other is there, so this could slow early engagement. We do actually. What am I talking about? We just lost one.
Yeah, that was Death Angels there. They just lost a member.
And that's unfortunate for them. Very early in this one, never really had a chance.
Yeah, it's Team All In. That's with them as well. They're just fighting out there in San Martin. Yeah, but the colors are so close together. That's still tough.
Yeah, that's. I didn't know you had that many shades of brown.
It's like tan today, not tan yesterday.
Now, I can't tell, but doesn't it look like Team 9 AIV here is right next to another player for Team 18, Latin Mango?
Yeah, that's actually Death Angels Team 18. Yeah, they have the Latin on there for their badge there.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah, I did the same thing the first day.
That's my first day.
Yeah, looks like they are right on top of them there. Everyone else kind of just looting and scooting. Nothing really there. We still got Just for Fun and High Rollers Club down there, Los Leones.
Yeah, I can't notice. Hax has picked himself up a car, and he's going up to the north end of Los Leones. So I'd expect the rest of Just for Fun to just loot away from High Rollers Club. There's really no reason to fight right now when you're got so much loot in front of you in that town.
Yeah. You know, when you got a good spot to loot, just take your time and do that, especially if you're not being pushed on by other teams there. But this
when placement is when placement is that important, you don't want to go dying early on your team. So we've only lost about 1 player, I think, so far. It's been a pretty cold drop.
Yeah, 71 players still alive, 18 teams still here. Teams rotate in here. Yeah, we got Max Split there. They're still sitting up at the top of the map with Bloodlust GG, kind of taking the top compounds like out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, you could see Nebula kind of creeping, trying to get some information. There is a team just south, Max Split. Nebula's going to find that out real soon.
Yeah, we'll see if they realize they're there or not. Usually they just run into a compound sometimes, but there's a little bit of hills there, so they could check it out, and these small compounds are probably going to loot these little tiny buildings. But definitely pushing right up on that team without knowing it.
Yeah, Nebula's just looting, too. So Max Split, less than 100 meters away. We got Piddles right at the bottom of the hill. So it's interesting to see where Nebula's going to go from here. Obviously, Nebula thinks he's all alone.
Yeah, we got Unknown Soldiers Blaze down there in a vehicle. I think kind of just pushing around the compounds as well. Just looking around, they're kind of split looting there. A lot of the teams are doing that as well. You got, just for fun, split across, as well as High Rollers Club kind of just spread in Los Leones. We got Team Night Raid over here in Chumacera, just kind of hanging out as well. Picado locked down by Fake Step Brothers, but they got Ruthless kind of there on the hill looking around, as well as in Power Grid checking the area out.
And Fake landing Picado. That's a brave move. Do you think it's Fake Step Brothers are just looking for a fight?
I think they are. They just want the action there.
Yeah,
they'll get it eventually.
They do seem like they wanna play today. As looks like we have a fight.
Yeah, All In Jossie just got knocked by Nebula. It is up there in Santa Martin. Like you said, this is the two teams that we said would probably most likely find each other, and they did finally. See if Lumi ends up taking shots or if they push over there. They're kind of stuck there. Mango's kind of stuck on the opposite side of the road near the buildings as well, so it's going to be hard to get over there.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough revive here. I think they're probably wondering if they even go for it at all. Just everybody's so split up here. They're probably just going to let him go. And there we go, another knock. This time V is down for All In.
Yeah, All In V. Yeah, they kind of got pinched there too because they got Huda on the backside there, their team as well. So they got a 3-point advantage on All In team there.
Does Huda have a V? Yeah, Huda is probably the best option to get this revive for Mango. I don't think he's going to go for it. He's got a motorcycle. He's got a knock.
We got All In Whiplash over there smoking up the building as well. Sitting there with Joshy.
Yeah, I think that's going to do it for Mango. This is now going to be a 4v3. And they won his loot.
They said, thank you, I'll take that, and we'll move on. We got Godsent and Unknown Soldiers here in the vehicles, kind of rotating away towards Impala, the bridge, heading out towards the center of the map there.
Yeah, and if not to complicate matters, well, that's not actually not going to complicate anything. We have a drop landing right in San Martin, right on top of All In, but they're not going to stick around to get that drop. They're out of there. Huda and Banga up the hill. Last two alive for this team.
Yeah, All In will probably go right in and just take that loot. That'll be all them. They'll share that out or just let someone stack up some loot.
Max Split and Outcast rotating very close to each other.
Yeah, Max Split seems to sneak in around the map in a lot of these. They're pretty good at making their way around without being spotted on some of these maps.
Both team using the 4-car strat, so we're not going to see any action on the move unless they want to stop and pop. I'm curious to see if they're going center zone. We have quite a few teams actually on the move in vehicles.
Yeah, Vixens as well, all in a vehicle. They're all vehicled up there, moving. It looks like Nightshade might be there as well. Or Night Raid, I'm sorry.
Man, if all these teams use the 4-vehicle strat, we're looking at 70 vehicles we're gonna need here. Outcast.
Where are these vehicles when I'm playing the game?
I know. I'm actually stunned that they're finding this many vehicles, and I think Outcast may run into Vixens. They're right behind him. Brownie is.
Yeah, they're rushing right up there. They got Zoo right there on the compound as well. They might get shots from both of them.
Oh,
yeah, I think Vixen's just gonna run up the road there, but they are spread out.
And looks like gonna keep going. I feel like the middle of this zone is going to be densely populated. It seems like everyone's got the same idea.
Yeah, it looks like Vixen's going to take that compound there, but they do have Outcast pushing up the road behind him as well. And zone shifted again.
Well, yeah, Outcast looks like they may be stopping at a compound as well. Edging the zone. This is going to be the new zone. I don't know if they're going to stay here. We just got a new zone. Yeah, I guess they're going to stay on the edge of the zone. Outcast playing the edge. They got a player for Zoo Clan up on the hill.
Yeah, I don't think they know that clan member is there for Zoo.
Oh, they know. They know now. He's taking shots at SKS shots, long range. Looked like he's found himself in 8 times. Very lucky.
Oh yeah, he's definitely at least a 6. He's reaching out there and seeing it, but most likely an 8. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, and
I'm
now with the
surprised they're
new
not pushing
zone.
in there.
Yeah, now with the new zone, I think it's more about just getting into position. Everyone is moving again. I mean, there's a lot of teams in
Yeah,
cars.
even Vixen moved again. They looted that compound and just got out of there. Godsend's on their way as well.
Vixens are actually within 100 yards, 50 yards of Ruthless right now. Jenna on the hill.
Yeah, I think we're gonna end up seeing them and possibly Max Split pushing in on that area too.
Jenna knows they're there, so here comes the rest of the Vixens.
Yeah, it's gonna start getting fast paced here as the next circle creeps in. Like there's only so many compounds you can go to in areas without running into at least a team to fight.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen here is Vixens are going to wait for a free knock, and we'll probably try to push in here if they get it. We'll have to wait and see, but they know there's a team there, and they're not backing down. So it leads me to believe they're going to look for a knock.
Wiggles
Celestials.
just knocked down 2 people with a grenade, I believe. Where was this at?
That's what I'm.
Oh, it was right there in the middle. That's where the
Down
fake Step
south.
Brothers are. Yep.
Yeah. And Ruthless getting the knock.
As well.
Jenna getting knocked there.
Yeah,
and finished.
Sleek got taken down as well.
And that's it. I think Vixens will rotate out now.
I mean, it might be a smart play there. I would too. Try to see if you can get another compound, possibly push up, maybe back to there. They might push back to Power Grid, but that area's already been looted. So,
Celestial's down south, about to be in a fight with Night Raid.
Godsent Trey is knocked right now, kind of up on the hillside. I'm not sure who took him out. I think it might be just for fun. Looking at them on the opposite side of the hill. Like I kind of got that whole plateau there.
And what are you which fight are you watching right now?
I was watching Godsent.
All right.
They were switching around. They were just one of them ended up knocked,
Outcast
and they're
is
kind of in the
pushing.
middle.
Outcast is being pushed by Fake, I believe, also in Picado.
Yes, it is the fake Step Brothers are pushing in on them. We have a Ruthless Verbo knocked up there, top of between Power Grid and Picado. I believe that was by Vixen.
So they pretended to leave, wrapped all the way around, got the high ground, and got their knock from a long-range shot.
They did.
Nice play.
And Reborn just took down Bound for Glory, Clappin, and Piddles got taken down by GG Bloodlust Julia, top of the map up there in between San Martin and Power Grid.
Man, there are fights all over the map. I honestly don't even know what to watch right now. This kill feed is popping off, down to 64 players, 18 teams remain. This is not.
Yeah, it'll start speeding up here, especially with these teams being so close together. They don't even seem to be spreading out, really. No one's rotating to the top or anything. They're waiting for this next shift to see where it goes. It would be amazing to see a hard shift to the south.
I feel like there's a lot of aggression going on. There's a lot of teams just going for the frags because a lot of these fights started by one team pulling up on another team. So it's a lot of teams just chasing those points right now.
Yeah, Vixen Angela is knocked. They're gonna get over there for the revive, though. It looks like.
Yeah, it looks like the Uber revive has come to save the day. Max Split looking like they want to set up a gatekeep. I actually watched them drive to the edge of the zone. I think they have some information. There's quite a few teams outside this new safe zone.
Yeah, we got OC, Outcast, Esports, Kale there knocked. His fake brothers kind of push in on him there. They're going to kind of split that compound, I think, and go side to side, and they just got to get their teammate to push up with them as well. They've just for fun kind of coming over the side there. 3 vehicle out, making that rotation in. Hard shift at the top. Up towards Hacienda, San Martin area. Everyone's going to have to push up there except for All In, Death Angels, Bloodlust, and a few others there.
And what a shift. That is a hard northern shift here.
Yeah, and no one rotated up that way to begin with, so everyone is now going to have to push us over who is sitting in center of San Martin. Toxic just took down Blaze with a sniper rifle there. Classic Vixen just took down Just for Fun Hacks. Kato just took down someone as well. Fighting over here, action in Picado. They wanted the action. Outcast is getting it.
Yeah, Vixens who have never really left where Ruthless is. They've been stalking them for quite some time. End up running into Just for Fun, getting the knock, and then they're going to drive on out of there.
Yeah, they're going to push right past. Fake Steppers didn't even take shots of the vehicle either. They did. And Pre-Fire ended up taking down Vixen Angela there. Oh,
man, and Classic, the only one to get out of there and has to drive right by Picado. Hopefully she can make it up this hill, but she's driving towards Celestials.
yeah.
And she is driving right at them, but they're in vehicles too.
Yeah, Unknown Soldier Dark Soul is knocked as well, but it looks like Section 187 is going to finish him out there as they pushed in. Sarge just got taken down as well. Fake Smokey took down OC Browning. Wait, what? Oh, was that the same
Yeah,
thing?
Outcast is down to 1 player now.
Taking out Zuko.
As Fake Step Brothers made their move onto Outcast, so it's not looking good for Outcast at all. They're pushing over towards the stadium.
Yeah, they're fighting it there in Picado. You know, at least they stuck their ground. You know, they landed there first. They held it down, and
well, there's really no time here. Fake Step Brothers had to make a move. The zone coming in, tournament rule. Oh, and that's going to do it. Nice shots there by Fake Step Brothers. They will win that fight over Outcast in Picado, but they got to go. This is not a zone to play with. Once it stops moving, it will do double the damage that it's already doing. These are tournament rooms. It's going to do a lot more damage than normal. So they need to loot up and get out of there.
Another hard shift to the north again. Everyone has to push the zone. Looks like High Rollers and possibly Night Raid might have the advantage here. And Zoo if they rotate up to the top. Got more shots down here by Ruthless. They are running into, I believe, that is Just for Fun.
Yeah, they just finished off Jerry, caught him on the hill. It looks like now they're going to jump in their vehicles and try to rotate around the south side of the zone. They're trying to get away from all these teams. There's so many teams in this area, and they're getting shot at on the way, too.
Yeah, they themselves might get pinched and shot by a bunch of teams as they go by, and they might get a team member here knocked. But if you're solo in a vehicle, you're definitely going to have that.
Yeah, they actually had Platty stop to lay some cover fire for the other 3 players. Platty got knocked, and they're going to leave him where he is.
Yeah, it's smart play. I mean, you have to. You can't go back for that teammate at this point because
that was a death mission. They sent him on a death mission.
Like, hey, can you do me a favor there? And Nebula just took down someone over there. That was
Nebula on fire there, finishing off. Man, I missed it. It was. Yep, I missed it. But Nebula clutching one up there. Max split on the way in, too. They're getting shot at. This is not good.
Yeah, looks like Night Raid there on the edge of the zone, just kind of chilling out there. Taga just took down Taga.
Max split getting a knock onto an unknown soldier.
That was Celestia. She must have fell out of her own vehicle there. Oh, that's rough in the zone.
You know, your vehicle's getting shot at. The first thing you want to do is hit that exit button. Sometimes you're going a little too fast for that.
Yeah, it definitely happens to the best of us, especially in this map here. You know, any little bump could send you off, and, you know, it's not pretty there. We had someone last time, they had, that was Night Raid, they had the golden Murado. They sent it over a hill, and both of them got knocked, and the vehicle exploded. does happen.
Fake Stepbrothers on the south here. Yeah, I saw that coming. Storm getting blown up in a vehicle. Smokey going down. Push the last one up. And Fake Stepbrothers just trying to squeeze inside the zone right by Section 187. And they're left with just one player now at 30 HP. And he's still in the blue.
Oh, Section 187 is going for the revive on their teammate there, but just for fun, Hax is sending shots their way. Whether in the zone, they're gatekeeping here. But Section 187 teammates can possibly push in and help that.
Yeah, Section 187 is kind of pinched right now, and they're going to have to fight one of these teams to get out of this.
Night Raid, Hugo just took down a Toxic for HR there. Godsend Trey just took down Fake Push. We're seeing sniper shots here and mixed shots from different weapons here.
Getting ready to get crazy, man. 39 people left. Look at how small this zone is. This is getting ready to... it's getting ready to get crazy.
Godsend sending out shots here to Section 187 there. They're gonna fight it out there. The only compound, the only big compound. Oh, was that a vehicle that got that person? I believe that was High Rollers Club that lost a member. Gassy throwing a nade.
Scout. Great move on their part because his safe zone. Well, as soon as I say that.
Sorry, my bad.
No. I'm immediately hopping over to Max Split here, and it looks like they're going to finish off that team. Nice play.
And Gassy throws out a Molly and finish out Flames there. HR Toxic, which is High Rollers, just got taken down as well.
This is going to be a tough revive here because they got their backs on the edge of the blue. Looks like he will be able to get a heal off, though.
Godsend Jag is creeping in on Section 187X there. Slowly kind of going to pinch him, but he's also fighting GG Bloodlust Luna with a vehicle pushing into the center. Holy cow here.
Wow,
Crazy
what a
tactic.
call by that IGL to go dead center of this zone with 33 alive, and they have a rock and a car for cover.
She said, take this position. Oh, and Vixens get finished out there by Celestial on the outside of the zone there as it creeps in. We have Zoo and Natalie knocked over there as well.
Section 187 and Godsend in a fight out here, fighting for territory.
Oh, it's going to start getting really sweaty. We got NR Swagger, which is Night Raid Swagger, knocked over there. They have Zoo fighting them as well, but they also have Bloodlust Luna and them sending shots that way. Night Raid Zav in the zone. Reborn took down Swagger. Celestial Wiggles took down Phoenix. Gingerbread took down Wiggles. And
this is absolute pandemonium.
Reppin here with a grenade out, taking down someone as well.
We have only 2 teams in this next zone. Everyone else has to move in. So 5 teams need to get up and move here in the next 30 seconds.
21 alive, 7 teams here. It's going to get heated. Godsend sending more shots out towards Blood. Oh, and Zoo and Natalie ended up knocking one of the Godsend members, Trey, there. That was a far shot.
Yeah, these teams have to be feeling the pressure here as this zone's about to start moving. One of the players for Zoo Clan has gotten knocked and will be finished. So
yeah, that was High
Natalie
Rollers,
going down
Reppin,
too.
I believe, that was sending out shots there. Yeah, we got All In moving in towards Ruthless and Zoo. They're all kind of going to be there.
This is going to be a clash as Lumi goes down. Nice shots from Pierre on the second floor.
Yeah, pre-fire there. Ruthless King just took down someone as well. Godsend Suzuki just took down someone. Man, it's cool. So Zoo J-Boy taking down
Zoo
GG
Clans in
Luna.
trouble. Yeah, they're out. High Rollers has 1 up or 2 up right now.
14 people left. 5 teams still here. 2 people knocked. 1 person knocked. Everybody revived. More shots out by Godsend.
1 team in the zone, and they get taken out right there. GG.
Vixens there. They took that center rush, and they were hoping a zone even went to them. And, you know, they just hold it out, but there wasn't much cover there for them.
Yeah, Ruthless and All In are about to run into each other to fight to get into this next safe zone.
Yeah, Godsend's kind of sitting pretty there, but they gotta rush that compound. Ruthless has the compound there, so if Godsend can push in while they're fighting, all in here.
That compound is actually just outside, and Ruthless does get a knock onto Whiplash, and here comes the push.
Yeah,
A little bit of pre-fire goes a long way. Pre-fire does go down, though, and then Vertigo clutching it up, getting that last kill. Now he's got to pick up his teammates. He's got 7 seconds before the zone moves. I think he can only choose one. You can only choose one of your teammates. Which one do you pick?
Ruthless finished how all in
picks
there
up
as well.
King. So pre-fire, they are going to go for the revive. He may be able to get this.
3 teams left, 7 people alive.
High rollers with 1 left, and Reppin is he's trying to get this heal off before he fights.
Oh man, Ruthless pushing in behind Godsend as well as they try to fire towards High Roller Reppin.
Verbo going to be the only one up, and he's going to lay down right on the edge of the zone.
Oh, Godsend knocked because of the zone. And there goes Ruthless member finally down there. We're down to 5 people here alive, 2 teams.
2v1.
And there it is.
What a finish. Pre-fire for Godsend.
With that match there.
That's a great match. I love Miramar.
That match. 11 kills there for the team. Yeah, Miramar's always interesting. There's a little bit of dead time, but it's just a big map. Everyone has to have a chance to, loot and get around there.
Yeah, 11 kills from Godsend, 12 from Ruthless. I mean, between the two of them, that's 23 kills. That's almost a quarter of the lobby. Those 2 teams popping off in this one.
Yeah, I like seeing Godsend come back with that one, when we had the redo match there yesterday, which was fine. That was great, but I think it's great that they finally came back through and got to get a win on top here.
Yeah, and High Rollers Club making the best out of a tricky situation. The zone shifted away from them every single time, and I think they took a casualty every time they had to move in, but coming out at 3rd place, it's got to feel like a win to them, considering how unlucky they were with the zone.
Yeah, that zone shift was rough. It kept shifting north and just away, and it's hard there if you don't have a compound or any area to even push in. If you don't have any vehicles to blow up, for cover, it just it's that tactic on rotation and whatnot.
And All In, that's a team that I feel like was in a million fights, but just couldn't get the confirms on their knocks.
Yeah, All In was definitely all around on that. Just like, GG Bloodlust, the way they rotated in there with a lot of these there straight into the center there, it did make them land a little bit longer than a couple other teams there. So, it is tactics, all these moves that these teams are making.
Yeah, it was a great match. Bella, what did you think of the match?
Sorry, I was muted.
It's okay.
No, I think it was a great match. It was exciting. I think Salty hit it on the head earlier where people, it is a monster map. So people need to land. They need time to find things. Hopefully you don't run into people too quickly. But we saw a ton of people going into that last zone. And it's just crazy to see. I don't know if you guys were watching. I know you guys were casting, part of the Ruthless. But I was watching Godsend. They had a road to cross. They had a lot of space, and they were throwing out smokes and whatnot to get over there to the end. So I was kind of watching him. They had a high roller guy right to the right of them, and the 2 of them were both looking up the hill at Ruthless.
Yeah, Godsend was in a good position because they were away from the other teams that were already engaged.
Exactly.
So while they were in a fight, Godsend was able to just sneak across, and they did what I call run and gun. If anybody peeked them, they dropped them, and they kept running and gunning. What a match! I appreciate you guys letting me cast. I hear you're doing the last one.
Wow, I'm glad I got volunteered. Hey, it's not the first time. You know what? Godsend, thank you for, showing up tonight because that was my pick. And, you kind of have to trust the process, especially as an IGL. And there's so much that you have control over. And part of that is, you do all the preparation. You do all the stuff beforehand, and it's just time to execute. And sometimes, RNG, PUBG says no, whatever, but they make the best of it and come out on top. And I'm glad that they had opportunity and did it today. So really good for them. That confidence for the Godsend camp also, really big for them.
I think one of the things that Flip mentioned earlier, we saw a couple people, the zone. The zones are a little bit different in this scenario, and people don't really latch on to that. Once it gets through, sure, you can loot in the blue and whatnot, but once that second one starts, it starts double chunking, and that hurts. And if you are not prepared at that moment to move out and or be done with what you're doing, you're going to be hard pressed to fight it.
And these are tournament rules, rooms, so they actually do more damage. And it actually goes by the farther you away from the zone, the more damage it'll do too. So right around zone 4, when zone 4 is done closing in, that's when you get double the damage. And it just starts chunking, and you get to take 3 steps, and then you have to do another one. So
the great thing for Ruthless to point out also with their second place placement today is that the same area as far as the end game zone around Hacienda is almost the same identical rotation they made yesterday. Getting to that longhouse building Hacienda, going that just south ship to that compound, very familiar to them, having seen it yesterday and, doing the best out of it today. Unfortunately, they weren't able to come out on top, but good for them.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those rotations that if you have a house on a hill, you definitely want the high ground. Ruthless doing a heck of a job of doing that. Do we have?
We're waiting on a couple things.
We're waiting on a couple things before we get to that.
I saw the thing.
So apologies for those who've been watching live scores. The scores in the lobby of the matches, correct, right? We're right placements. The thing with these sheets and the scores, we hit a limit last week of 5 million cells.
You guys have a lot of cells.
And so that much
5 million
that
cells.
much data, that's what's computing all these things. So yeah, one bad cell can, cause a little tweak. So it's being fixed. So our live scores will be correct. Hopefully this next.
They're actually ready to go. So I think. Really?
How do you figure out which cell is wrong out of 5 million?
Tell you about the behind the scenes, like the team behind the scenes, amazing. We wouldn't be anything where we are right now, the viewership and all that stuff, if it wasn't without Guami, Tia, Mommy, the crew back there. I know they don't get the upfront whatever, but we love you and we appreciate you guys, the best in the business, and that's how we.
And shout out to So Sorry, So Salty. First, I finally got a chance to cast with somebody. It was a little tough, but I think we made the best of it. And he's really a good caster. I didn't know he had such a radio voice. Yeah. He really does. You really should do movie trailers. You know what I mean?
No,
in a world
you should be doing
where,
PLP. No.
In a world where one man has a plan. Oh yeah, that's it. EA Sports. Take it away.
Can you guys hear him?
Yes.
Oh no, I've lost my audio.
We'll get right on that.
All right. There it is. Yeah, I want to hear. I hear you now.
All right.
All right.
So for the scores, they said it was ready, so I'm just going to read what I see. No, I'm not. So that match, again, Miramar, amazing.
Did it play out like you guys expected it to play out? Were there any surprises, or did things kind of roll out the way that you thought that they might?
I was completely surprised. It was absolute pandemonium. I mean, we went into one of the final zones. I believe it was 5 with 39 people.
39 people.
That's a ridiculous amount. You can't fit that many people in that circle, even if they're not shooting at each other.
Look like at that issue? Does ping become an issue? I mean,
well, what it is they don't make it in. They try to get in and get killed by some of the teams that did make it in earlier, because most of those teams die on the way in. They're either running in the blue or whatever. So I think at the end of the day, it was like 11 that made it in to that next zone. It gets to be absolutely crazy, and we were not disappointed with the action here on Miramar.
Interesting enough, it's like you mentioned earlier, these two maps, this is what it kind of looked like yesterday. It's interesting to see that versus the first Erangel match, which also kind of landed out. Well, no, that one just landed. It was the winner for that one, and then this one was kind of the same zone. That's it. Just mirror images of yesterday kind of creeping in. It's interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of these teams might be facing some PTSD from what happened yesterday. Again, Godsend, Ruthless, that same push. Godsend right behind them, that same transition moving up, and we see him again in some. I don't know. Like at a point, if you're battling for a spot, if Godsend's if Godson's above me at that point, then I'm definitely turning around. Like, I don't want that PTSD. I want you to fare me in the lobby instead of now. And so, again, Godson showing up, great. Timing's great. Ruthless doing great. High rollers also really well. So let's go ahead and take a look at these.
All right.
So in first place in Miramar, Game 3, Godsend, 11 kills, 26 total points. Ruthless, 12 kills, 24 points for them. So not only the great placement, but the kills too. High rollers as well. The consistency over and over for those three squads. All in. GG Bloodlust.
I'm telling you, dude, I got my eye on them.
Celestials,
Celestial.
yeah, 6 kills. Not quite the placement, but, producing. Gotta love it. Zoo doing a great job. Section 187 still showing a little bit of life down there.
Well, it was kind of disappointing for them. That fell prey to the fact that there was 39 alive trying to get into that last zone. They did start off pretty aggressive, and they looked like they were going to finish strong with a lot of kills. But, again, it was just so many people alive at the very end there that you're going to see people that are teams that had good games but just couldn't get into that last zone and got taken out. I know High Rollers, with a very smart move, as soon as that next zone came in, they sent one to go. You go in the zone. You tell us where everything's at. And he died on the way in the zone. But the information that he gave to his teammates got them into the zone. And that's a huge play. You end up getting third place in the match because you were one of the teams that were able to get into a zone that was heavily guarded by 39 people around the map. So,
well, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this room if you want to take a look at the kill zone.
Let's see here. I need glasses.
There's Asia showing, guys.
No, for real. I needed glasses 20 years ago, so it's just gotten progressively worse.
Top 3 teams after 3 matches.
We've got Ruthless, followed up by Godsent and High Rollers.
Nice. And the top 3 players in the lobby, Volatile with 10 frags, Pre-Fire with 9, and End with 8. And the crazy thing about those 3 players, the top 4 players in the league over the regular season. So great job for them. In Miramar, Ruthless, 12 frags. Godsend with 11 and High Rollers with 7. The top 3 players in the map, Pre-Fire, Arctic, and Reppin. Good to see him up there.
Pre-Fire really lives up to his name.
Yeah.
I actually.
Right there at the end, yes.
Yeah. He pre-fired some smoke and killed the dude. Like, it was almost like he knew exactly where he was. Pre-fired the crap out of him.
And it works. It's always good to do that.
And if we take a look at the overalls,
This is what I'm
crossing our
to
fingers,
see.
boom.
And they take their crown back.
Yep. Look at that.
So they are back in first place, section 187, but not by a large margin at all. We're talking 1 point here over High Rollers Club. Ruthless, just 4 points behind first place. And Ruthless is one of those teams, as well as High Rollers, it's just been very consistent all day. Good showings for every map, and hopefully they can continue that going into map 4. And we could see a new leader coming out of today.
Look at Godsend coming up from 9th, just bumping up 1 spot, All In popping up 5 spots. I mean, that bubble right there is just one match. Even the teams in 15th and 14th places, one match can pop them from that placement to the top 3.
Sure.
And so,
I mean, the real ones to watch here for this next match are going to be those top 5 teams. Actually, top 6, 7, 8. You know what? Just watch all the teams. Yeah, I would, because they're all having, doing good things today.
It's anyone's game. It's anyone's game. Nobody can be counted out just yet. And it's like you noted. It's like you mentioned earlier. One game. I mean, we saw, Unknown Soldiers. We saw them bump up. Boom. Just that fast off of one game. Mm-hmm. So it really is anybody's game. Nobody can give up in this situation. They've got to keep giving it their all. And playing smart. I think one of the things that's interesting is to watch when players know when to walk away. That's one thing that not everybody has. You know what I mean? Some people get into a fight and then that's it. They're not leaving until someone goes out in a body bag.
Wait, that's how I play. Are you saying that's wrong?
Like I said, so they're smart plays.
I have a 2KD. What's the problem?
But we've been lucky to see some teams and we just know when to back away and say, you know what, this is not the fight. I'm not going to die on this hill right here. We're going to live to fight another one, and it's helping them move up in the score. So smart play.
Yeah. And I mean, just the level of competition that we're seeing here in day 2, 18 teams going into third phase, like it's unheard of. And I can't imagine how, like, my hands are even sweaty just thinking about it. Like
I mean, I just feel like you could look in any direction and just see people, and I'd just be a nervous wreck.
I actually disagree with Bella's advice. I think half the teams from the bottom down do not walk away. All right, you need to push this. We are down to 5 games here, and you need to make a move.
Yeah.
Do not walk away. You run in there and you kill. You kill.
Yeah.
There you go.
Listen, one of the things I really like as an IGL, as a team leader, like one of the things I made sure to let them know is that you have to set yourself an expiration date. If you make an engagement, if you're there, right, it's 30 seconds, a minute, depending on what map you're playing, depending on the situation. You got to execute. There's no playing around. So you see them do something. If not, are you guys getting married? Why are you guys staring at each other? Like,
I'm actually looking at this because we've got 0 seconds.
Hey, well, great thing.
I was actually like, yes, we are.
Salty, go ahead and take it away.
I'm with you, Salty, though. So looks like we're going to Starboard, buddy.
Always, yeah, it's a good start there. I love this type of plane path. Be interesting to see which way they drop out here. I don't actually see that path yet. It hasn't loaded in for me. So if you want to, oh, there we go. It's in. All right. Yeah, it looks like we got what northeast, southwest drop there. Teams are gonna push out here near Stalber. Definitely. I think a few teams might take come match. It's a good area there. There's not a lot of loot. They might have to take a couple more compounds. So every teammate there, that's Night Raid heading up that way. Not a lot of loot. They may have to take all the compounds there and split loot it up. A lot of them top areas like Kamash, Lippo, and Zarki. They don't have a lot of. They have a lot of ammo, just not enough for the full team. Everyone else is out. A couple teams near a few near a school as well, but I don't know if they're gonna stop at school. It's like a few might fly past there. They're not even gonna take it. Looks like Bound for Glory is taking school. And just for fun, might be taking the apartments.
I was talking through Discord, but I can mute my iPad.
Right, and there we go. What do we got up here? Nobody's shooting yet. Everyone just kind of looting and scooting, taking their time. DN1 and Gaming taking Pachinki to themselves.
Sorry, Vixens, yes.
Damn, coming slower there. A little quieter. You scared me. It was a joke. All right, yeah, we're good, man. I can hear you. Yeah, zone is shifted to the west there. The circle did, so everyone will have to eventually set on that side there a little bit, quarter of the ways on the water. We could have a bridge finish. It could shift hard to the south there, too. That'd be interesting. Nobody in the military base, which is interesting. But the way the zone went, no one really went to the end of the path there except for down towards Primo.
Well, the crazy thing, Salty, if you look at my map view, it is all blue. So I don't know where the zone is. I can tell you where the teams are, and I can tell you what's going on.
Yeah, right, you're good right now. The zone is just touch from George Pool, part of Military Bridge, and just over on the part of the water there. It stops, midway over towards farm.
Okay, so probably about like southwest-ish?
Yeah, okay. Southwest right now.
Perfect,
yeah, it's got that main area. Most of the teams are in the zone now.
Okay, and it's be interesting to see how like the Vixens and High Rollers Club handle this. I mean, they do jump Cerverni. They've seen each other in Cerverni. Again, that's one of those things. As Flip was saying, if they're going to do something, it's going to happen right now. And we already see a knock over there as one of the players from High Rollers Club is knocked, and Kitty and company are pushing up against him.
Yeah, that is Vixens there pushing in on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's see if they how they're gonna split it. They have a decent amount of buildings here. They could play it out, but I think they're just gonna have to push. Kitty is pressing in on a rep in there.
Yeah, it looks like they did get the res on Reppin, so they do get a little reset, and we'll see what happens. The team is kind of split across the road for High Rollers Club. So most of the Vixens are one side, and you have 2 players from High Rollers Club on this side. So if they can actually eliminate and single out these 2 players, they'll give them that advantage, and they'll be able to take out the rest of the squads.
Yeah, I don't think Classic quite knows they're there on the back. They must be like really going slower, just camping that back wall, so they're not making any noise yet.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of peeking.
Well, it looks like
out.
Classic is looking. Oh, Kitty.
Kitty was knocked there by a Bison by Kato. Everybody else, everyone's just kind of rotating there. Again, we've got Zoo, Gatsen, and all in down in the same area again. They picked the same area to get, but it's good for them and it works. They can camp the bridge there. They kind of know where the other teams are going to be. Kind of seeing the same kind of rotations out as we did the first time.
Yeah, and Angela gets knocked by a grenade by Reppin. This High Rollers Club Vixens thing. Someone's gonna walk away from Severny, and right now, it looks.
Smokes out there. Vixen Jenna just took down a Toxic. Gingerbread just got knocked by Kitty, and Vixen Angela took out a Gingerbread there.
Ooh,
And a Reppin
Vixen's
just
looking
got
really
taken
good right
down.
now.
Vixen's just rocking it up here. Smokes out a little bit there. They're going to go for the revive, some heals too. Jenna wants to press across with Classic. Let's see if they get this and which way they're going to play it. It's like
Well,
all
that was
4
the
of them are
play,
gonna
Salty.
press.
Like they knew
and
they had
push
2
in
people
here.
on that side of the road, and they were able to eliminate the 2. Now they're able to go all 4 on the other 2, and boom, that's why they have 4 kills. They're going to walk away from Severny on top. They're going to be able to make this rotation a little bit more comfortably. I mean, after, of course, they take out Kato here. He's literally one tap, and they're waiting to push
he
up.
healed it, but they're going to rush this. He's just going to have to pray and spray right now and hope that he might knock one. And they get him right in the doorway there.
Oh, and the box shooting ensues.
They
Way to
didn't
go,
even give him a
girls.
chance. GG's, ladies. All right, let's get over towards Milta Power there. We've got Max Split kind of chilling over there towards All In as well. Godsent and Zoo are both in vehicles headed towards Pachinki with the DN1 Gaming there sitting as well.
Well, it's
Kinda
a
just
crazy,
chilling.
different change. I mean, the flight path didn't really put North Georgia Pool out of the play. DN1 normally jumps North Georgia Pool, but if we see a little change of strategy as they go to Pachinki, and so that's going to open up a different rotation for them into this zone. But again, look at the zone. It's the same zone we've seen all weekend. So these teams have seen it. Let's see where they decide to play, whether they all go to the same spots, whether somebody decides to get in there quicker. Because like Zoo Clan right now, making that push, looks like they're going to go to that same compound outside of Pachinki, set up shop. We got Ruthless already down there as well. Section 187 on a 3-1 split. It looks like a replay. We'll see who actually can come out on top of the confrontations in these rotations. DN1 Gaming, again, switching it up. Exciting to see if that changes it for them. If they get a little bit of good juju from it. However, they got that ginger zone, Salty.
They do. That Ginger Zone's coming in hard there. It's all right. I can say it. I'm a ginger. All right. We got this. All right. We got Outcast Media. Or Outcast. I'm sorry. Outcast Esports here coming in at the edge of the Ginger Zone as well, looking in on Pachinki. But Godsent is right there as well. So
Yeah, if you look at the
DN1
top of
Gaming
the
is
map
kind of
as well,
pinched.
Night Raid, Salty, is going to be ready to rotate right past Vixens and Severny. And depending on
Zav is
the
gonna be-
Vixens, whether they get in the car or not, they might be able to get this kill in rotation. Zave is getting awfully close.
I think Zave he's on a scout mission here. He's going to check things out to see if anybody's actually there. I think Hugo and Schwager, same thing. They're just going to go down that way and kind of see who's here. And there's the shots
There are
out
the
by
shots.
Vixen. Oh, they see him there. Shots out. Will they get the vehicle? Will he make it out? He did make it past her, but he's on the beach line, but they're still sending shots his way. He's like, oh, hell no. I'm
And the
out.
crazy thing is, like in the regular season, we saw the glider plays We haven't seen any tonight. We haven't seen any this weekend. And Zave drives right by one. What do you think about the gliders?
The gliders are good. I think if you could probably get away with it if you stayed away from any major towns, compounds, and you're just flying. But you're gonna get to there, and you're stuck in the air there. It's just gonna blow up quick. I think it's just smart to stay away from them.
And it looks like the rest of the night raid is having to divert that initial rotation. It looks like they're going to shortcut Vixens coming south. And the other two are still out toward YP. So they're going to go out and probably play this bridge outside of Yasnaya where Max Split is. So we're going to take a look at that and just keep in mind on how that split works. I think Zave runs out of gas.
Yeah, we got section 1-8. 7 there. PIG heading out of that compound there near Ruthless. He's going to push away.
Mm-hmm.
We got Celestials up here. Zav's kind of stuck over there. Night Raid Zav is kind of just stuck in between a few teams here. So it'll be interesting to see if he can get back with his squad as well.
Yeah, it looks like GG Bloodlust is out here outside of Gatka. They have eyes on section 187. I'm not sure if they're looking to see if they can get a knock, if they're just sizing it up, trying to keep respectful distance. And it's fine. When this early in the zone, you take a couple shots at each other. You say, we're here. The timing and the rotations then come into play. Who's going to rotate first? Respect the distance, social distancing. And then, who can put themselves in a better position for that next zone. And so,
definitely. Like you're saying there.
Get knocked over here, yeah.
GG Bloodlust, the way they rotate and kind of loot these buildings is very fast. They'll get in and out and just not waste time. It looks like we've got Team 18 Death Angels moving in here on Outcast Esports in this compound. It's going to be, let's see how we got nades out already by Sarge, it looks like. Another nade, it looks like, out. Got the distance there, and he got a knock there. Someone got a knock. I don't know if it was them or another spot on the map. I think that might have been DN1 that got knocked there.
Yeah, I saw DN1 in the. Looks like it was a red zone. Unfortunately, it's twice this weekend that we've seen him get knocked to red zone. That eastern side of this zone is getting ready to get really compacted with all these players just for fun coming in. Outcast is there. Death Angels, Bound for Glory, Max Split driving by. It's the school area is kind of tricky. It's we're gonna lose some people here.
Yeah, it's a pinch zone between school and the apartments and stuff. Like a lot of people know the advantage, especially, and then you end up with that if you have two teams pushing in on like the triple stacks there, it's that ring around the rosy in and out the windows. Who can get that faster around the building there. And usually whoever does that takes the building there. Hugo just got taken down by, I think, a grenade, which would have been from Celestial.
Maybe it was a car explosion.
And
I've seen that bridge. I actually have a screenshot. I was watching the VODs. Somebody put
it was
spike
Celestial
tracks
solo
on
the
road at that bridge. So I don't know if it happened again.
That's smart. I don't get to see a lot of the tactics there with those spike strips, so it's good to see people using them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Night Raid's kind of just over there on their own. They're all right. They don't have to worry about it. Looks like section 187 is kind of near GG Bloodlust there. They'll probably stay that compound until they get what they need there. They'll probably send out a scout. They usually do.
Yeah, we got a three-way battle here between Death Angels, Outcast, and Bound for Glory. A couple players knocked from both Bound for Glory and Outcast. One of the players from Outcast getting knocked up. Molly
Brownie just got knocked. Yeah, Sarge just got mollied there. So did a Lambango. That is Death Angels there. Just getting knocked there, but they have to watch out for Bound for Glory pushing in as well.
Yeah, on top of the hill, getting that Overwatch here.
Playing
the spoiler.
Peek it. Just show me a little bit of skin. Wow.
But with that, Outcast lost 2 players. They have to make a play. I don't know if they want to stay in this. They got 2 teams really close by. The zone does center back up around Gatka. I'm getting deja vu all over again.
He's like, it's here. Yeah, well, you see it with these this map, the world map. You usually see it, especially Aaron Go. You see them usually they feel comfortable. It's the most map that most people have played the most, so they feel comfortable dropping. So the same rotations will, apply. Especially like, referring back to what Flip was saying, how many matches have they played? They should know the statistics of the other teams by now if they haven't done, the research there. So you should know at least what some of these teams kind of rotate and how they play.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Outcast driving right up on Max Split. Boom. Goodbye. Good night. And
yeah, you hate to see that. You try to push out and you just run past the team. It happened last match as well. One escapes and they just run past another team and get taken down.
Well, it goes to show how valuable those players are. When you're down to 2, you really are stuck with your choices. You can't really set out a scout because you're just handcuffing yourself. You're just leaving one player solo. So having to push out together like that and not being able to scout together, you can't roll up on a compound like that and expect it to be clear, especially not at this level. So players and teams, if they want to get in there, especially as a 2-man, you got to scout, baby. That's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to be somebody else's number. So
yeah, you usually see the real aggressive teams or the opposite on that. The teams that like play it really smart will send out a scout there, so they either know what's going on or where to avoid there.
Mm-hmm. And I want to point out there are a few teams still playing outside. I don't know if they're just waiting and hoping that the zone might come to them, where they're like, I don't want to fully commit to Gatka again. But, Night Raid, Celestials, Unknown Soldiers, Death Angels, sitting out there, zone shifts from north, so we're going away from the fields. And it looks like whoever's going to get
that
Mount
mountain,
Everest is going to have a
whoever's
really
going to take
position.
that mountain, man, is going to have the advantage. It looks like, if Vixens can push up that hill and get there, but we already got people in a vehicle. They know they need to get that hill. We got Celestials from the side. They know it too. They're in a vehicle. They're headed out. They're like, we need to get that hill. We need to sit up there, at least, one of the sides, because it's got the best advantage, especially if you have snipers.
Yeah, everybody in cars, everybody moving, max split, pushing up. And again, it's that whole respect thing. They know where each other are. They're trying to beat each other to these the pivotal spots to be able to hold and possibly farm kills on rotation.
Oh, we got Death Angels, Huda passing past Vixens there in that compound. I don't know if they're going to take shots or just let everyone drive by. Godsent and Max Split is also in that area. Oh, we got someone down. Ruthless King is knocked. Oh, Lumi is knocked as too. That's all in Lumi. Hydrix just knocked GG Bloodlust Yuki. Jerry just knocked someone as well. NR Zav just knocked GG Julia. That's Bound for Glory and NR Night Raid. They're fighting up there, just the top of the zone there, right across the. Is that a bridge area there? Is that no? That's just the main road there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're kind of split there. They got all in right behind them, pushing in as well. They're gonna try to come for this third party.
Well, the crazy thing, if you're looking at the west side of the zone, a lot of these teams are trying to move and make this like OP wide rotation, but they're not going wide enough. And it looks like GG Bloodlust gets knocked in that rotation. All In's coming that way. Unknown Soldiers coming that way. So you're not the first one to think of it, guys. But the ones that can go wide and around are going to have a wide open zone on the top
Unknown
side.
Soldiers here are fighting and ended up taking down a few people there. That was section 1A7, I believe. Member.
And it looks like Godson is third-partying this battle between Vixens and Death Angels, able to get that kill on Huda.
It's smart. If you want the points, like, why wouldn't you? If you can take the kill, take it. It's going to happen no matter what. So, but it gives away your position, too. So now, Max Split knows where Godson is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's helpful for Vixens, too, because now there's less pressure on their compound. So, hey, thank you, guys.
Yeah, it takes points away, but like you said, it does help. Oh, we got shots out here from a Night Raid towards All In. They're outside the zone there, but they're sending shots that way. They see the vehicles as they rotate. And they're going to rotate. To see it.
Nebula, the last one left for GG Bloodlust. She's going to have to go in to these last rotations solo.
If I was Nebula, I would probably stick in up towards Hospital there, stay tall, go real tall to the top here, see where it shifts first, and then kind of push towards the hills, because everyone's going to go towards this hillside unless it shifts south.
for whoever one of those sniper rifle shots, we just saw an shot in the kill feed. I want to try to see if we can see it again here. I think it was on Unknown
Night
Soldiers and
Raid.
Fake Step Bros.
Oh, that was. Yep, you're right. Yep. And Hydrix just took down all Joshy there. Celestial taking the top of the hill. There's the zone.
The zone goes to Mount Everest, Salty.
Oh,
this is about
rough.
to get crazy. You love to see it, that uphill, downhill battle. It's going to get really fun. Celestials, again, get in that high ground. That's very valuable right here. They're going to be able to see everybody rotate around. Just the vantage point from there, the car is rotating. You see them before you see the people. So they're going to know everything. And so right now, let's go Celestials, baby.
Yeah, even the Vixens in Section 187, they still have the compounds here, and the zone could shift down to them. So I'd kind of stay there and see where it's going to go here, and just hold your position. Even though Celestial has the hill, and that they could get pushed on by Godsent or Max Split there.
And Night Raid actually they get 2 more kills off of All In on that rotation. They're sitting at 5 kills, but between them and the zone, they got Fake Step Bros up there, Ruthless, Section 187. They got Zoo Clan coming around there too.
On a mad path right towards Night Raid, so they might have to be careful there.
Yes, the southern side of the zone is just really crazy.
Unknown Soldier Blaze. Unknown Soldier. There was another team member that got taken. No, it was Blaze. Okay, Blaze got knocked. There we go. And then this other teammate got taken down as well.
I'm watching here. Zoo Clan rotates here around Fake Step Bros. Step Bros, really great place to be able to farm some kills on these teams trying to make this OP rotation to the north side of the zone.
And GG Nebula did rotate up exactly like I said, up towards Hospital at the top there and just kind of chill there. There's a very smart move on her. She's over there being solo here.
Down to 15. I say down to 15 teams, but I mean, we are literally sitting in phase 4, about to switch to phase 5. 42 players still alive.
Pre-Fire got taken down by PIG. We got Just for Hacks taking down someone as well. I believe that was Ruthless Pre-Fire. Ruthless Platty just took down a Night Raid, a Swagger. That's a knock there, I believe.
And that's Ruthless.
Oh, hard shift again to the mountaintop there. Looks like Zoo is going to end up fighting Celestial right there. And they might end up running into Max Split there. DN1 Aiden just took down Just for Fun Hacks there. Natalie just took down another teammate as well. It's going to be a hard shift. I believe that was a Just for Fun member there. Dark Soul just took down DN1 Aiden. That was Unknown Soldiers. Dark Souls.
And Salty, there's not a lot of cover on this hilltop, so you're really trying to give yourself some cover because the top's already taken. You have to position yourself so your backside, you put your back to the top of the hill and you shoot downwards.
Oh, and they are fighting it out here. We have a Reborn and knocked to the top of the hill as long as Zoo Solrek knocked there. They are fighting out here. More teams are pushing in on this hill. We have a Godsent member is also knocked. I'm not sure if that's Jag or one of the other members there.
It is Jag that's knocked.
Oh, Hydric just got knocked with as well. And the Night Raid just got finished out there, I believe, by Section 187 there. But they are shooting in towards Ruthless as well. We've got Fake Step Brothers, one in a vehicle there, but they're sending shots out. Ruthless pinned in between Godsent and Fake Step Brothers. The Fake Step Brothers are rushing in hard here. They're pushing it fast with 2 vehicles, 2 on feet here.
Yeah, and they got Storm in the back with an ALM, so if he's going to clear any bit away, this is the way to do it. If they're going to make a push up this hill through Ruthless, Storm's going to be a key player with this ALM. So let's see if he can land these shots. That Nade goes off.
Just took down 2
and he hits Jag with the ALM. That right there, that's a clear push right there. They should be pushing that right now. And we see Sleek already moving up.
Yeah, Jag also got knocked, or he threw a nade and knocked the other member there. Max Split did end up taking down the rest of the other half of Celestial there.
And another knock with that Storm is literally one tap running up, but 2 shots, key pivotal shots from him.
Back and forth here.
The Fake Step Bros making a run for this position up here. They have to go through Godsend.
Yeah, we can say fake push there, kind of just taking shots out there, sending it towards the top of the hill. The preemptive fire is what it's going to be here on top of the hill. If you're not preemptively fired the corners when you peek them or go around, then, you're going to get, hit, especially with that AWM shots there.
Yeah, and Smokey gets 2 of the players down. As Suzuki's the last one there. And here comes that push from Fake Step Brothers.
Bound for Glory, Dreadnought ended up getting taken down by the zone outside there. Smokey just took down, guessing Tartic. There we go. Sorry there. Venus Classic just took down someone. Holy cow.
Fake Step Bros are on a tear right now. I'm watching this. I'm getting hype. 8 kills for them. 7 teams left. 19 players. They have all 4 of their members up, Salty.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be fun here. What do we got up at the top there? We've got 1 Max Split member knocked, 1 Zoom member knocked right now. Vixens are in 2 vehicles pushing in, but they're right near section 187.
And they have all 4 of their members too, so...
Yeah. We got poor unknown soldiers there in the middle. Just trying to fight it out, looking all directions here. Literally doing circles here, trying to see where people are. Trying to make it to the end there. You might be snaking it.
Well, the zone does come down off the hill right into this valley, so some of these players that are down south have the better vantage point and are going to be able to shoot up and get some kills on these teams in rotation.
Side here, you got Fake Step Brothers pushing up that hill there. Yeah, 1 member's Wiggles taken down there by Zoo J Boy. That was Celestial Wiggles. J-Boy ended up taking out by the zone. The zone got him. This zone's going to hurt. Everyone's got to push here. More shots out by Vixens there. MS Gassy took down a Vixen Angela. That was Max Split.
It's amazing how they're able to get a smidgen of the zone here at the top of this hill. They have just enough cover on their right side, and they're still able to see the Vixens and section 187 from the top.
Max Split Gassy just took down another Vixen member, and Max Split gets the zone here.
Oh
so
my
gosh,
gosh,
Salty. Push to
Salty.
them.
Look at they can't move too much. If they go
too low, yeah, Vixens have a shot on them. If they go too high there, section 187 will probably end up getting them there. Fake Step Brothers Sleek just took down Unknown Soldier Dark Soul. Section 187 Axe just took down someone as well. I think they're just getting knocks here. Vixen, Jenna, and them are shooting in towards Hitman on section 187, but Hitman's shooting towards Max Split here. Section 187, PIG just knocked a Vixen member, Jenna. Yeah, it's just getting heated here. Shots are going to keep coming out. The kill feed's just going to keep going here. Oh, section 187 pushing into the vehicle to the center there. Jenna ended up getting taken down. Vixen down to 1 member here. We've got 4 teams, 11 alive.
Oh my gosh, Salty, you got 3 teams converging right now. Fake Step Bros sending all 4 players in vehicles coming in. 2 players are getting knocked to zone right now.
Those vehicles though, they got to be, it's one of those tactics you can use, but if they can, blow your vehicle up, it might be bad there. More people knocked or Fake Push was knocked.
Oh,
Fake Storm got taken out. Oh, Fake Sleek got taken out. Down to 2 teams, 5 people alive here. This is section 187 here versus Max Split. Just hiding out here in the smoke, and there it is, finished there.
That winner chicken dinner going to Max Split. Win Sanity Pillow has to be happy with that call. I mean, just crazy plays. Salty. We saw that shift back to the north, right? It teased us because, I mean, for the whole weekend, we've been going to Gatka Fields. We've been going to Gatka Fields. And now we push all the way up to Mount Everest. And we just saw chaos ensue. I mean, as Fake Step Brothers push up, we saw some amazing arm shots. I think for the fans at home that wanted to see the sniper rifle shots, we got to see those as they push up. They take out Godsend. They take out everybody going upwards. Unfortunately for them, the zone doesn't favor them, and it favors Max Split in the end. And Max Split having all 4 members up, be able to come out on top after it's all said and done.
Yeah, we've been seeing these zones here. They do like they either shift really hard to the north or south there, or they just go, either way. But when they do it, they usually go that way and they keep continuing. This one kind of bounced back and forth around, but kept shifting up towards that, that hilltop there, the mountain. And said whoever got that advantage there would take it, but Celestial got there first, but they couldn't hold it. Max Split pushed up on them as well, and they ended up finishing them half the team out there, and then the rest of the team got finished out by a few others there that were at top of the hill.
Yeah, I mean, like getting that positioning early on, I mean, it's great, but you have to make it pay off. Like if that's your house, you got to protect your house. But they let 5, 6 teams come in their front door, their windows, and everything, and at that point, you're gonna be missing silverware. And unfortunately, they do lose the top hill, but crazy match, great matches tonight, Salty.
Yeah, I think it was definitely good matches, and everything through there, and the teams played well, man. They really, you can see how they know it's the finals. They're playing for everything. They're playing not as sloppy. They got everything together. They're scouting out. They're sending it out what they have to do, and I think they're playing well. What do you think about this, Belle?
Oh, absolutely. I think that Winsanity Pillow called it, first of all. One of the really big things that stuck out for me was when the original zone shift up to the top of the hill. I heard you guys call it Mount Everest. It's always interesting to me, side note, it's always interesting to me to hear what other people call things, like to hear you call the zone phase.
Yeah.
It took me a hard second. I'm like, oh, he means the zone. Okay, zone. But interesting watching the zone originally shift to the top of the hill, and Celestials really, they had it. It was there. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, it didn't work out for them. But I thought that was really interesting. If you watch just all the different teams converge, and let's just talk about those shots.
Yeah. Well,
Fake Storm. Oh my gosh. I mean, I saw it, and I saw the and I started getting really excited. And man, and good on him, dude, to push through with 1 HP. Like, he knew that in order for his team to advance up the hill, he was going to have to land those shots. He was going to have to stop the forward motion for them, and that was amazing. Beautiful work on his part.
Yeah, it goes to show that, like, we've seen it throughout the weekend that they're coming up with drop weapons, right? And to get a drop weapon in a competitive match, like, you got to be really, really, like, confident with your gameplay. And for them to get the MK, we saw it in Miramar yesterday, and then the today, that they're playing probably the best games that they're playing right now. I mean, consistency for Fake Step Bros. I'm becoming a huge fan.
They're definitely extremely exciting to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, they just push. They like to push teams, and they like to just play very aggressive. And that's honestly what you need to do to just stay at the top of the leaderboard with these teams. Everyone's putting up points every single match and consistently moving up the leaderboard. Max Split, though, with the high ground and the zone. GG's. I mean, they had all four alive, and they get lucky and get the zone. No matter where that zone shifts, I do believe that's the team that wins. I do think the team or the zone picked the winner on that one. Yeah. And Max Split just got lucky. Interesting call, real quick, before the zone right before that, they send Pindaboy down the hill. Just in case the zone was to switch, they sent him down so he can cover them if the rest of them had to come down. He actually drove in the blue and wrapped around and ended up right by section 187, I believe, and then started that fight.
Yeah, those off angles really come really valuable early on because you have a great vantage point up top, but you might not be able to hit those shots. And by sneaking that player down, I'm not sure how many kills he was able to actually get and confirm, but great move, great positioning move for them as well. And, we talk about the win or the winner chicken dinner. The zone does dictate who I get in a battle with this all the time, especially Guami, the numbers guy, that the zone sometimes has control over who gets the winner chicken dinner.
Sure.
But not necessarily the win. You can still win this game in this competition through kills. So just because you get the chicken dinner, you might not have all the frags.
And at this particular spot, this particular final zone, there's not a ton of trees, there's not a ton of rocks. You actually find yourself hiding in little crevices on the terrain, you know what I mean? So it's completely different than playing off of hard cover like a tree. You're constantly standing up, shooting, laying back down, or looking up at your enemy. So it's a whole new dynamic to the game. And you say off angles. Those are really off angles, man.
Sounds like we've got our scores ready to go. So you
Really?
guys want to
Wait,
take a
I'm
look
gonna
at
say
those?
one more thing.
Okay.
Oh my
One more
gosh.
thing. You can sneak it in.
I love too the change of terrain, like you said with the Mount Everest. It's a totally
Mount
different
Georgia Bull.
animal, right? It's kind of teases Miramar, right? And so like those teams that do really well with the sneak and push and hide and the crevices do really well. And again, like great job. I think.
It's exciting. I don't know, dude. Let's see. Let's take a look at these scores. These are final updated scores, standings as it is. Look at that.
Nope. Oh,
Nope.
boom.
All right.
Max split. 28 total points, 13 frags with that winner chicken dinner. So they do win
Impressive.
and win.
Again, their placement right there at the end. I mean, they didn't really have much wiggle room, but they had just enough cover to do damage and to do what they needed to do to secure that win. And again, good on them for sending him down the hill, because that could have gone the other direction.
That just goes to tell you thinking ahead. You want to. You don't want to just gamble.
You don't
It's
wanna
going to
live in the
come. It's going to
moment.
land
You
on
need to
you.
be
You
thinking.
want to be prepared for the worst, and they were definitely showing that right there in that instance. And fake Step Bros with 11 kills, second place, showing that they can stay aggressive and get it done. You know, it either works or it doesn't.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. And those clutch arm shots, just like Bella said, man.
that was rapid.
Dude, there's the
Yeah.
hype. And I was
Oh,
just so
man.
excited. Yeah, get it. Yeah, get it. You know, just,
I mean, seeing him go down to 1 HP and then walking out of the cover, and I'm just like, oh man, I'm right there with him.
Vixen's up there, fourth place. Or not to skip over Section 187 in third place with 16 points, but Vixen's 5 kills. Fourth
Absolutely.
place, 13 total points. Good for them.
Very,
Unfortunate.
Very well played.
I'm sorry. Yeah, unfortunate for them where they entered the zone at. They were in between Section 187 and Max Split, and
Yeah.
those are not. Yeah, I was very excited to see all 4 of them alive going into the final zones here, but not in between those two powerhouse of teams. And Max Split with the higher ground was just slowly chipping away at them. So I think Classic was left, and they ended up with fourth place with 5 kills. Very solid performance.
Yeah, definitely. Unknown Soldiers with the placement, 7 total points. Consistent with the chicken dinner. That's pretty good, really good. Zoo, again, that's 6 points there. Keeping up with that bubble at that 8 to 6 point bubble we're trying to aim for as a squad, in the rest of the lobby there. The Kill Zone, brought to you by Patreon, of course. You can become a Patreon supporter, guys, by going to patreon.com/PLP League. Top 3 teams in Erangel. Max Split 13 kills. Fake Step Bros with 11. Night Raid with 5. Top 3 fraggers in Erangel. Gassy with 5. X with 4. And Sleek with 4 as well. The top 3 teams, Bella. Fake Step Bros, Max Split, Celestials. Right there.
I love to see it.
I know you
love
like
to see
seeing
it.
Celestials up there.
I do.
It's a Cinderella story, so you know, we're not gonna let that go. Definitely want to give props to where they are.
And double digits for the kill leaders in the lobby. Gassy with 11, Volatile with 10, and Solo with 10. Again, the consistency, being able to frag game in, game out, and put yourself up on that leaderboard is what's going to help you and your team continue to compete the rest of this weekend. So great job for both those, all 3 of those players.
Absolutely.
And
Here's what we were waiting
And the leaderboard is.
for. This is the standings. This is
oh
it.
my God!
And that's the perfect way to go in the last day right there. That is perfect. That's exactly what I expected. Right, Winsanity Pillow?
Wow.
Winsanity called it.
Section 187 in the lead because they have more frags, right? So they break that tiebreaker with 102 points. Max Split technically tied, but because they don't have the frags, they're in second place. But they pop up 2 spots. Fake Step Bros hop up 4 spots to that third place with 85 points, beating out High Rollers again with those kill points, also at 85 points. Oh my gosh.
Wow, we have a tie for first and a tie for second. I mean, it doesn't. There's a 17-point difference between the two, which I mean, we've seen can get made up over one game.
Props to Vixens as well. That just goes to show one good game and one good showing. They just moved up 6 spots to round out the number 10 spot. So impressive PGs to them.
They definitely still got a chance. Great job. I mean, look at all the winner chicken dinners. I said it right. Woohoo! Outcast there with 2 chicken dinners, right there in the middle of the pack. I think just to go through, we see it. We saw it with the stats. I mean, great start. Every single lobby just slowly dying out at the end and not getting able to play late game. Unfortunately, losing player after player, and then those 2 players getting blown up in the car, pushing up in the max split. I mean,
Yeah.
You hate to see it. For them to make a play and actually be able to compete in game 4, they need to make better decisions.
Absolutely.
You know, whether it's scouting, whether it's whatever, they got to make a better decision than, hey, let's go to this compound.
Sure, absolutely.
But really, really exciting board. Like you said, one game, hopping
make
up
or break.
6 spots.
Absolutely.
It's still anybody's game.
100%.
And that's not the
It
only
just goes to
team we've
show.
seen do that today.
Yes.
There's tons of teams moving
Unknown
all through this
Soldiers.
leaderboard. But the 2 at the top of the list, Max Split and Section 187, tied for first. We have a tie for first, a tie for second, going into the final day tomorrow.
Yeah. And our Cinderella squad up there.
That
It's
That
impressive
is gonna
all the way
be
around.
epic.
I mean, it's just, and this is only day 2. I mean, we've got one more, and it's anybody's game. And really tomorrow, now I'm interested to see what happens tomorrow. Okay, everybody's gonna go home tonight. They're gonna look at the gameplays. They're gonna look at the VODs. They're gonna be like, what do we need to do differently? To shape ourselves up so that we are moving up to the leaderboard. It'll be really interesting to see everybody's game plans tomorrow.
What really has changed though is up until day 1, day 2, you could have a bad game and it's not the end of the world. Going into game day 3, game 9, 10, 11, and 12, you can't make any more mistakes anymore. It's time to shine, and I've seen teams come from behind and just have an amazing last day to steal a win out from the team that just dropped the ball in the last day. So anything can happen. These scores can switch in at a moment's notice. So I'm really excited about tomorrow. It comes down to 2 Erangels, a Sandhawk, and a Miramar. That's it.
Yeah.
You got 2 chances on Erangel, 1 on each of the other ones to do something. What you gonna do?
What are you
What you gonna do?
Right? Let's go ahead and give a shout out to the teams in the lobby. I know that we do have an overall, but for teams that are trying to do the best tonight, Max Split on top of the lobby, 54 total points. Unknown Soldiers, 43. Sure, we didn't say their name. This is the first time they find themselves in the middle pack, but they're second place tonight. Just a consistency. Imagine what would have happened if they were here yesterday, but
Absolutely.
imagine what will happen tomorrow.
Sure.
So they got halfway up. Let's see if they can finish up the rest. High Rollers Club, Fake Step Brothers, Celestials. Great job. Godsend, Outcast with the chicken dinners as well. Congratulations to those teams.
I do know that even though right now Max Split and Section 187 are tied, if you look at actually the scores on the day, though, Max Split did way better than Section 187, put up almost more than 20 points, I believe, difference. So Section 187 is going to have to go back into the drawing board and say, okay, what did we do wrong today? What did we do right on day 1? And then come back with, a new plan. No matter what, there is some luck in this, but you can control only what you can control here, and they can play better. I really do think they can play better. I think they went in today with such a big lead. Maybe their head was a little big. But they've gotten checked, you know what I mean? And I think they're going to come back tomorrow and definitely put up a better showing than they did today.
Well, and I think one of the things is it's getting, we don't have any clear runaway winner here. So nobody can really, take a step back and play it safe or rest on their laurels, use whatever term you want to use. But nobody really has that opportunity here because there's nobody that's just a clear indicator and it's a game over type of situation. So every opportunity that they have to get a point, to scrap something here, to scrap something there. They need to be taking it. They need to be playing smart, thinking ahead, and it's like you said, go into the playbook, seeing what worked, what didn't work, and what can you change for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I mean, you see Max Split could score 54 points in one day. You start tacking that on to, any of the scores in the middle of the pack. Sure, you're going to need some luck. You're going to need to take out some of the top dogs along the way, but anything can happen in this game.
Yeah. And a lot for the lobby as well, I will point out that we did see that aggro play from Ruthless game after game against Section 187. They
Absolutely.
weren't backing down, so not that they hurt themselves in the overall ranking for that, but it does affect how they play.
Yes.
So for other teams that might have been rewarded because of their play style, if that gets removed tomorrow, then someone else has got to step up. And
I honestly think Ruthless was hunting down Section 187. I think they realized you have to take down the big dog and have an impressive game in order to move up these leaderboards. And it definitely affected Section 187's performance.
Yeah.
So look to see more teams attacking these top dogs tomorrow. That's what I would do, especially if I'm at the bottom.
Yeah.
Where are they dropping? I'll be there.
I'll see you there, dude.
Yeah.
What house are you going to be in? Because I'm just going to go check it out. Send me an address. Just send him a message ahead of time. DM him real quick. Be like, where you guys dropping?
Meet you guys in Picado. Later.
All right, guys. Well, let's make sure to run over just a quick recap of everything that's going on, what we're doing here, what everybody is fighting for. We're going to give a big shout out to Guerrilla Gaming for sponsoring this event. We're fighting for $800 is on the line for everybody. So that's $500 to first place, $200 to second, and $100 to third place. Also, the first place team is going to be getting jerseys from Galaxy Hound. So make sure to go check out galaxyhound.com. And if you use promo code PLP Bella, it's PLP lowercase, Bella all uppercase. That'll get you 20% off right now. Not only can you get amazing jerseys, but you can get a bunch of different merch like water bottles, dog balls. That's like my favorite one, dude. I love the dog ball thing. Like, I'm so getting a dog ball. Also, first place is going to be working toward these trophies. So this is an amazing level 3 helmet. I don't know if you guys can see this as well, but oh my gosh, this is a trophy that I would be fighting for sure.
I actually wear that in game. I'm just saying.
If this was bigger, I'd wear it at home.
And one more thing, I'll point this out there too, guys. We kind of talked about it yesterday. Tomorrow, we're actually going to take a time. We have one of the members in the lobby that we lost a couple weeks ago, and that's Just for Fun Light. And so we're going to take the time tomorrow to honor him, 16-year-old man. So we're just going to give you guys some highlights of his action here in the PLP. He loved it, and we're going to retire a jersey, actually. So Galaxy had actually designed a jersey for Light. We're going to display that for you guys tomorrow, and we're just going to have a moment of silence for him. And just this amazing game that just brings us together. Peace, love, and PUBG, man. There's nothing better than this.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's one thing we all have to remember. I know we're all fighting. We're all fighting team-wise, and we're all trying to work up this. But at the end of the day, we've all come together for the love of the game. It makes us happy. It has brought us all together. And if it wasn't for this game, we all certainly would not be sitting here, nor we know each other. And the same goes for everybody at home. So let's all take a moment to remember that as well.
Yeah. Well, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that's going to do it for us tonight.
Yeah. We got one thing to say, right?
Definitely make sure to be following. I was going to... Stop it.
Go ahead.
I'm like, not done. I got one more thing I want to say. Make sure to be following all of the PLP socials. So check out peacelovepubg.com. That'll get you all the information you're looking for, including information on Season 2 signups, Discord information, and all social handles. All right? That'll do it for us. And me, Flip, Fanchang, Winsanity, Metalcore, and Goon wish you guys...
Kev!
Oh, Kev!
And the rest of the
Kev,
production help
Salty.
back there. Tom and his son.
Kev should come out.
Like, everybody in the back, and the PLP, Mommy, Tia, Guami, everybody. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow.
We appreciate you.
We will see you tomorrow for the big finale.
Peace.
Love. And PUBG, you were supposed to
And
say.
PUBG.
Good night, guys. Love you.
Bye.
Ciao.
Nice, Fox.